Saginaw Spirit Hockey. The Spirit are set to take the ice. But first, get all the game day information you need. It's time for Countdown to Face-Off on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey, WSGW.
3 weekends remain in the 2025-26 regular season, and the Saginaw Spirit will play 8 games in that time. The first of those is just moments away, and we're counting down to face off between the Spirit and the Niagara Ice Dogs in their second and final meeting of the campaign. Good evening, everybody. Jonathan Dent here in the Stormmaster Exterior Studios. Dylan Clark is standing by in the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth, ready to bring you all the action for tonight's game. But first, the Spirit are back in the win column after snapping a 3-game skid Saturday night against the visiting Peterborough Petes. It was a night that saw another heroic performance by netminder Stepan Shurigan, who shut down 47 shots faced against the Eastern Conference's 4th place holder. The Spirit started the scoring in the first period when Igor Barabanov fought through 3 Pete's defenders, dished to Graydon Jones along the left side, and the Peterborough natives sent a shot low stick side that snuck through for the early lead.
Trying to reach after it. Look at the puck protection from Barabanov. Finds Graydon Jones. Down low the shot. He scores! Graydon Jones found the hole on the short side. 11:49 to go in the first, and the Spirit strike first. It's 1-0.
The Petes tied it late in the first and outshot the Spirit 19-5 in the second period, but Stepan Shurigan kept the doors closed throughout the frame with some highlight reel saves. Some extended time in Saginaw's end saw him stop Francis Parrish with the pads point blank, then denied the follow-up from Kieran Walton early in the period.
Zolo gets it through. Parrish a backhanded shot. Great save. Shurigan make it 2. He shuts down Walton right in front.
Just a few minutes into the final frame, Matthew Soto delivered the Petes their first lead of the evening, but a minute later, Nikita Klepov pulled all the attention near the top of the circles. His shot was stopped, but Levi Harper hammered home the rebound to tie it at 2.
Rotating back up high, Klepov opens something up, takes a shot, block, rebound, they score! Harper banks it home off Novotny. The Spirit tie the game.
Later in the period, Barabanov won an offensive zone face-off to start out a power play back to Dima Zhilkin, who managed to maintain possession until it popped out to Klepov for the one-timer, retaking the lead.
Zhilkin's tied up off the draw, somehow keeps the puck in front of him, slides it over, Klepov scores! Oh, a puck protection clinic from the captain! Klepov on the power play, and it's 3-2 Saginaw.
Brody Popoy extended the lead just a couple minutes later after a sharp angle shot from Drew Roscoe, and with 4 minutes left, Barabanov snuck a pass through 3 defenders to Jacob Kluche on the left side. He sent it 5-hole to make it 5-2.
Line change is coming. Here comes Barabanov. Almost got drilled. Kluche scores! Oh, Barabanov shifts out of the way, and Jacob Kluche may have put this game home.
Shurigan earned top honors with 47 saves. Nikita Klepov had a goal and 2 assists, being named the OHL Rookie of the Month for the 3rd time this season. And a 4-assist night from Barabanov secured his 80th point of his rookie year. Tonight, the Spirit are off to St. Catharines to take on the Niagara Ice Dogs. Last time these teams met, it took 4 rounds of the shootout for the Ice Dogs to leave the Dow victorious, and tonight is the only chance the Spirit will have to get some payback as they close out the 2-game series. The Ice Dogs have punched their ticket to the postseason, and they're pretty comfortably in 6th in the Eastern Conference. Meanwhile, some late-season losses have the Spirit back in 8th in the West. They've got 7 points on the 9th place Sting, and only 3 points separate them from the 7th place Owen Sound Attack. They had a big win at home on Saturday, and a victory tonight would certainly help keep the momentum up going into this weekend on the road. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Spirit head coach Chris Lasry gives his thoughts on Saturday's statement win, as well as tonight's matchup in Coach's Corner as Countdown to Faceoff continues on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Garber is your local Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealer. Family owned, locally trusted. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at your local Jeep and Ram dealer. Garber, Bay Road, Saginaw. Online 24/7 at GarberCDJR.com.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber. Too many people end up in the retirement penalty box, paying more in taxes, missing out on healthcare options, or skating without a plan. At McIntosh and Associates, we help keep your game sharp with clear, personalized retirement strategies. Let's build a plan that works in every period of life. Call 989-692-2200 or visit wealthmichigan.com. McIntosh and Associates. Retirement made clear.
Now, get inside analysis directly from the Spirit coaching staff. This is Coach's Corner.
Coach's Corner as the Spirit start out the road trip here in Niagara against the Ice Dogs, joined by Spirit head coach Chris Lazary. And Coach, if we can go back to that Saturday win over the Peterborough Petes, how many things were there that you can point to as massive positives? That really seemed like a game that we've had here in the second half of the season, maybe one of the more landmark wins that we've had.
Yeah, that's just more like what we're capable of as a team to me. I thought we defended well. I thought we attacked well. Like breakouts were better. It's just I'm hard on our group. Sometimes I think they look at me like, why the hell is this guy always so hard on us when we're an 8th place club? Because I see greatness in our group. And my hope is we see those efforts in those type of games more often to collect more wins down the stretch and into playoffs. So I know that's what our group is capable of, but even then there's still things I'm barking at these guys to do better and take the next step.
And for your goaltender in particular, Stepan Shurigan, after a game that maybe wasn't his best on Thursday against Ottawa, how big was it for him to get that bounce back performance? He was massive in that game and, maybe show a little bit more of the mental toughness side of things that might be a little harder for goaltenders to showcase in their draft year.
Yeah, we've been barking at him too. I know Kevin Delamarta, our goalie coach, myself, like getting into him a little bit to challenge him, like we talked about in our pregame interview before Peterborough. And I thought he responded well. He's had another good week of practice. Like we did have some days off, but when we skated, he was good. And no surprise, like we need him to be really good down the stretch for us to win the games we need to win. And we have a tough week here with some real good opponents. He's going to have to be at his best.
You get Josh Glavin, you get James Go back here. How massive is that for you from a coaching standpoint, knowing that those are two guys that you trust coming back into the blue line? And does that kind of allow some of the other guys to not relax, but it takes some of the stress off of them?
Well, from the leadership standpoint, especially huge. When I tell some guys in the league here that we've been playing the last couple of weeks with no 20-year-olds in our lineup, like they're shocked. Not because, and it's by design for us, like we tried to go younger, but the fact that we're still winning games or playing well in games with no 20s and really like 2 19-year-olds going full time, it's been impressive. But those guys, like from a games played, maturity, leadership, the way they play, with their welcome additions back, I'm looking forward to having them.
And I ask you about Nikita Klepov more often than not, but another Rookie of the Month performance out of him. We're getting down towards the end of it. Is this a pace of play that he can maintain down towards the end of the regular season? And again, what else is there to say about this kid at this point? Yeah,
like he has all year. I know one thing every time, whether we play, I look at the box scores, everyone else after to see the points. And then last night we were dormant, but Kitchener and teams that have guys and Flint guys with horses in the race as well for the scoring title. Like I'm watching those like a hawk. I'm sure he is too. But it's all about winning for Nikita. Those are all bonuses, but they're stuff we're aware of just because I think it'd be a nice accomplishment for him. But I don't worry about him slowing down. I don't think he's slowed down all year. Like he has 1 year, it's gas all the way, and that's what I love about him. And we need him to continue to do that.
And this Niagara team, haven't seen him since all the way back in September. Lineups are almost completely different now at this point, but them being a team kind of in the same neighborhood, points-wise, where you guys are, and this being the start of a longer road trip, just how important is a start here in this first couple of minutes of this game tonight?
Well, for us to get in here, like you need to beat the teams that are similar to you record-wise or below you. Like you have to win those games. And then you go in against the Brantfords and the Flints, and you got to play your best to try to win those games as well. So this is a game for us that we need to make sure we're at our best to give ourselves the best chance to win. But we also understand across there, like they're playing desperate as well to try to finish as high as they can, lock in a playoff spot and all those things. So it should be a highly competitive game.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight. That's Chris Lazary, Saginaw in Niagara tonight. Back after this on your own for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
After a 5-game homestand that ended with an exclamation point on Saturday, that was a 5-2 win over the Peterborough Petes. The Saginaw Spirit are back on the road for their last long road trip here of 2025-26. And here on this Thursday night, it is an important start to an important road trip as they take on the Niagara Ice Dogs. Hi, everybody. My name's Dylan Clark. Thanks so much for being with us here for this one. This is game number 61 out of 68 for the Saginaw Spirit. They sit in 8th place in the Western Conference. They have not yet locked up a postseason berth. They've got 8 games, including tonight, to do that. Their opponents, Niagara, 6th place in the conference, 63 points to Saginaw's 51. This is really, although that might not seem too close, one of the last times here over the final course of the regular season that Saginaw will play a team similar to them record-wise. They've got teams far below them in Erie coming up later on this trip. And they've got some gauntlets to run through in the Brantford Bulldogs, the Flint Firebirds later on in the season. So this is really an important time to make the most of the points while they're sitting in front of them. Take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's game, brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University, your community-engaged university in the Great Lakes Bay region. For the Ice Dogs, 29 wins on the season. They'll start with Ethan Zada, second-round pick of the Tampa Bay Lightning at left wing. Riley Patterson at center, their leading scorer with 75 points on the season. And it'll be Noah Reed, the former London Knight, third-round pick of the Anaheim Ducks on the right side. Liam Spencer on the blue line with Jakub Kromiak, who came over in a trade from the Kitchener Rangers earlier this season, right at the trade deadline. For Chris Lazary and the Saginaw Spirit, Dima Zhilkin, Saginaw captain up front with Igor Barabanov and Nikita Klepov, as they have been for almost the entire season. James Go returns after an absence. Go, Saginaw's only overage player, missed 5 games with an injury. He's back in with Levi Harper to start out on the blue line. Josh Glavin is back in as well, though he won't start the game. Their starting lineups brought to you by Saginaw Valley State University. As the teams take the ice here at the Meridian Center, let's get you back to Jonathan. He's got your out-of-town scores.
Thank you very much, Dylan. Out-of-town scores this evening brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. We've got a few to report, though the Saginaw Spirit, the only Western Conference team in action here tonight in the Ontario Hockey League. But some exciting matchups as the Eastern Conference first place Brantford Bulldogs takes on their second place Barrie Colts, and their third place Ottawa 67s face off against their fourth place Peterborough Petes. That matchup in Peterborough features one Nick Sema in his 300th OHL game. 202 of those games was played with Saginaw. One other matchup this evening, the Oshawa Generals taking on the North Bay Battalion. All of those Eastern Conference action, as I mentioned before. We'll take a closer look at some standings. We'll keep you up to date on those games as the evening moves along. But first, puck drop between the Saginaw Spirit and the Niagara Ice Dogs coming up after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey, 100.5 FM WSGW, Carleton, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland.
Get it all at Garber Chevrolet Saginaw. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall experience. Our expert technicians are factory trained to the highest standards, keeping your vehicle in top condition. And we have everything for your automotive needs, even tires. Get to Garber Chevy Saginaw today and see how you get it all at Garber, Gratiot Road, Saginaw. Online, GarberChevroletSaginaw.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Looking for the perfect place for your loved one to thrive? At Traditions of Saginaw, we offer comfort, care, and community. It's a senior living hat trick. Whether it's enjoying delicious, chef-prepared meals, personalized support, or fun events, Traditions of Saginaw feels like home. Schedule your tour today and see why families trust us for peace of mind and vibrant living. Learn more at traditionsofsaginaw.com or call to schedule a tour today. Traditions of Saginaw. Welcome home.
We're Duralast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Duralast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Duralast, the world's best roof.
So, we're finally ready to plan for retirement, but who do we trust?
Our friends at TriStar Trust. They've been here for 25 years right here in our community, and they'll be here for the next 25.
That's the kind of team I want in my corner.
TriStar Trust helps you plan your retirement, manage your investments, and build the future you've been dreaming of. Because when it comes to your goals, it's your time to shine. Visit TriStarTrust.com.
Spirit Hockey
Harmer holds it out wide. Centers. Kluchak scores!
lives
Looking for the stretch pass to Jilkin. He'll pop off the wall and lay down for him. Jilkin scores!
here.
Picked up by Harmer. In with speed. Carson Harmer shoots. He scores! Carson Harmer!
The radio home of your Saginaw Spirit is WSGW 100.5 FM. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. Now it's game time. Live from the rink to your radio. Here is the first period play-by-play with the voice of Saginaw Spirit Hockey, Dylan Clark.
Last meeting on the season here between the Saginaw Spirit and the Niagara Ice Dogs. Saginaw looking to avenge a shootout loss on home ice all the way back at the tail end of September. A lot of hockey has transpired since then. Saginaw comes into this game, again, still looking to lock up a playoff spot. They've got 8 more games to do it. 22-31, 3-4 on the season. We'll take a look at our starting goaltenders here for this game, brought to you by NetSource One, the official technology provider of the Saginaw Spirit. The Ice Dogs, well, they'll go with their overage goaltender, Charlie Robertson, 7th-round pick of the North Bay Battalion back in 2021. 90th appearance in an OHL goal crease in the career of Charlie Robertson. Won his last game on February the 26th. He stopped 32 out of 36 in an overtime win against the Erie Otters. Stepan Shurigan can become the 5th goaltender in Spirit history to play 3,000 minutes in a single season. He's got to get to the 11-minute mark of the third period. Nobody's played more games or made more saves in the OHL than Stepan Shurigan. 20 wins. This is appearance number 52. Our opening face-off brought to you by Delta College. Igor Barabanov against Riley Patterson. Saginaw moves left to right here in the first period. In the traveling whites, the navy blue shoulders, red trim. And the Ice Dogs win the opening drawback. They are in some specialty Star Wars uniforms. Black jerseys, white numbers, and Darth Vader mixed in there with their mascot, Bones, the Ice Dog on the front. That puck goes out of play, so 7 seconds off the clock. And we'll do the whole thing all over again. Back at center ice, just outside the Ice Dogs blue line. And Niagara wins the face-off again. Noah Reed, former London Knight, will trip up at the center red line, give the puck away. The Ice Dogs flip it back up to Saginaw and is offside as they try to get back in. Nikita Klepov gets a little bit of a stinger. A cross-check to the ribs from Liam Spencer. Your officials for tonight's game, brought to you by WNEM TV5. Ryan Harrison and Nick Isaacson are the referees. Adam Burnett and Brody Rondelay will be the linesmen. 21 seconds into this contest, both teams will take a line change. We have not truly left the neutral zone, as we'll have to have another moment to redrop this puck. And some shenanigans going before the draw here. Alexander Haig and Brody Papoy really trying to get into one another. Carson Harmer's been tossed from this face-off, so Jacob Kluche will take it. It's back to Saginaw's Blake Barnes, and that's an important distinction that we'll get into pretty soon here, because Niagara's got a Blake Barnes that plays defense, wears number 72, and he moved the puck up the near sideboards. He's going to go chase it down in the far corner. Haig on it for the Ice Dogs, takes a shoulder from Josh Glavin, who steps back into the lineup here tonight for Saginaw. Haig is on it again. Stick check by Saginaw's Kluche, and Niagara's Blake Barnes will turn this one back in behind his own net. Hao Shi Vung turns it back over to Saginaw's Brody Papoy. Ryerson Edgar puts him into the wall. Puck up the near side for Hayden Reed. He can't get that out with possession, so Saginaw's Kluche will send it over to Glavin, who gets tossed into the Spirit bench and offside again. 18:57 to go here in this first period, and not a bad time to introduce you to a handful of players that could get confusing. Saginaw's Blake Barnes, number 72 in white here for this game. From Corunna, Ontario, a 2008-born defenseman, right shot. Blake Barnes, 72 in black tonight, left shot defenseman from Northville, Michigan. A 2006-born defenseman, although both of them are from dads named Ryan. That has gotten confusing in the ticketing department at the Dow Event Center. Ice Dogs will fire this back in. Drew Roscoe throws a shoulder. Chase Hall is on this for the Ice Dogs, and the centering pass is intercepted by Xander Valeris. Up to Ryan Hanrahan, Saginaw's first-round pick this past spring. Down the right side, looking for Bodie Stewart and his second tour of duty here with the Spirit. We've got a stoppage here, our first penalty of the game. We're already up to 5 whistles by this point. 88 seconds into the contest, and we got a high sticking call that will go against the defenseman Ben Reisner. Tough to see where exactly that stick came up or who it tagged. But an early opportunity here for Saginaw on the IBEW Local 557 power play. Again, Ben Reisnecker in the box for a high stick. Just a 2-minute minor. Saginaw on the power play, 6th best in the league this season. At 24.5%, Niagara has struggled on the kill, 20th out of 20. They will fire things down the ice to start. Levi Harper carries things up ice. And the drop pass for Igor Barabanov is given to Zhilkin, then near side. Klepov. They're on with Jacob Kluche. Usual power play for Chris Lazary. Harper over to Kluche on the far wall. Now to the center point. This is Harper. Nikita Klepov, the OHL's leading point getter, 85 of them on the season. Sends it back over to Harper, gets it back again on the near wall. Down to the goal line, this is Barabanov. Sends it back to Klepov up high. Barabanov looking for Zhilkin in the bumper, gets through instead for Levi Harper. He's got to settle it down. Moves back to the top of the zone. Near side Klepov, 40 gone on the power play. Klepov works up high from the blue line, moves it there to Barabanov. Through the seam, one-timer, great save by Robertson. As Levi Harper let a one-timer go from the faceoff dot. Ice Dogs get it out to center. Klepov does what he can to hold off two penalty killers. Throw it up for Zhilkin. Drop pass at the line. Barabanov uses the body to protect the puck. Klepov cross ice. Can't be handled by Kluche. Taken into the boards by Hao-Shi Vung. Out of the corner again. Vung will team up with Wraith Smith. Three Spirit players are pretty close. And Liam Spencer, a well-timed cross-check to Barabanov, knocked him off that puck. And the Ice Dogs can clear. 43 seconds left on the Saginaw power play. It's a high-sticking penalty to Ben Reisnecker. As Nikita Klepov has to wait. The second power play unit comes out here for Chris Lazary. 30 seconds left. As now Hanrahan tosses this one over for Jensen Geldart. Little bump pass back to him from Carson Harmer. Geldart races into the corner. Taken into the wall by Grayson Tiller. Hanrahan for Harmer up high now. This is James Go. Now for Brody Popoy. Down the wing, takes a shot, and a save made by Robertson. There is no rebound. 15 seconds left on the Spirit power play. 16:47 here in the first period. A couple of good shots on goal here for Saginaw on this first power play. And trying to ride the excitement and the momentum generated in a 5-2 win on Saturday night. Last Saturday night against the Peterborough Petes. Ice Dogs win this face-off back at the tail end of the kill. Chromiak moves it there for Riley Patterson. Alternate captain here for these Ice Dogs. Gets around a check from James Go. The puck is back in behind the goal line of Stepan Shurigan. A couple of poke checks. No more puck back in behind the Saginaw net. No more power play either. Centering feed turned out. This one up the far wall. Carson Harmer can't get around the sea of black sweaters. It's punched back in behind Shurigan. Ethan Zada there. Ties up with Saginaw's James Go. A big-time collision. Now a point shot goes off some legs. Jensen Geldart got that hit there from Riley Patterson. Brody Popoy just angles the puck back into offensive real estate. He goes back to the bench on a change. Ice Dogs getting some stick checks. A couple of stingers into the midsection of some Spirit players on the way back to the bench. Trying to set the tone here. No score. 4 and some change gone on this first period. Back in behind the net of Stepan Shurigan. This is Graydon Jones on it here for Saginaw. Takes a big-time check. That turns the puck over. Bodie Stewart gets blown up there. Good hit from Judd Knopf, but the puck is picked up and moved into the offensive end. Sawyer Schmidt back on through looking for Saginaw's Blake Barnes. Niagara's Blake Barnes was on him, and this is Hao-Shi Vung back in behind the Niagara goal. Niagara's Barnes up for Judd Knopf. Flip towards center ice. A big-time collision as he goes into Liam Storch. Graydon Jones up to the center red line. Sawyer Schmidt comes back to pick things up there for Jones, and it's on to Saginaw's Blake Barnes. Barnes up the near side. On the stick of Saginaw's Stewart. Cuts up just inside the offensive blue line. Blake Barnes swings it back over off the far wall. Too far for Levi Harper. That'll be taken away, and the Ice Dogs turn it over at neutral ice. Stewart for Barabanov trying to carve around Niagara's Barnes. And this is up the other direction. Ryerson Edgar. Down the left side, this is Haig in for the Ice Dogs. Sends it on through Edgar, the late man. That shot blocked by Levi Harper. Picked up in the corner by Hayden Reed. Up at the top of the offensive zone for Niagara. A couple of players come together. They spill down to the ice. Saginaw's Zhilkin can't get this out of the zone, so it's back for Levi Harper. Then Nikita Klepov will curl back in his own face-off circle and let things open up again as he's on through center ice. Now into the offensive zone. Here comes Klepov. 4 black jerseys around him, so no more puck. Ryerson Edgar up the right side for the Ice Dogs. Into the offensive zone. Drops it off for Reed. Trying to go back to Edgar. Taken in the corner by Saginaw's Barnes. Back up the far wall. Levi Harper turns that one over right towards the middle of the ice, though it's given right back. Klepov there for Zhilkin into the offensive zone for the Spirit. Turned that puck back in below the Niagara goal line. Off the end wall it goes. Turned over into the skates of Barabanov. Levi Harper just sends it right back down and around. This is Zhilkin on it for Saginaw. Up to the left point, James Go. Keep things alive. Back over to his captain. Zhilkin cuts back. High slot shot into the glove of Robertson. And he'll hang on for a faceoff. 14:02 here in this first period. Still no score. And the Spirit captain, Zhilkin, they go back for a line change here. Zhilkin, Klepov, Barabanov. All premier offensive names in the OHL. 93 goals between the three of them here on this season. That is 93 out of the 199 that the Spirit have scored this year. 46.7% of Saginaw's goal output this year has come off the sticks of one of those three players. Jacob Kluche wins an offensive zone faceoff back. Drew Roscoe's got some trouble in the neutral zone. Happy birthday to Drew Roscoe here. Well, the Ice Dogs will wish him a happy birthday. Ethan Zada's going to dump him down to the ice and pick up this puck back in the Spirit end. Zada, high stick there. Carson Harmer took one right on the beat. Play's going to continue. Brody Papoy shut down by Liam Spencer at the Niagara line. Saginaw gets it in deep. Jacob Kluche there to pursue Ben Reisnecker. Puck taken away by Niagara's Patterson. Up into offensive real estate here for the Ice Dogs with speed. Carries him into the net. Sends it just wide. He's drawn a penalty. And a holding call looks to be upcoming here against Saginaw. A really good opportunity. If Patterson turned the Jets on, it goes wide. Inside the 14-minute mark here, remaining in the first period. No score. Power play coming up for the Ice Dogs. We're back in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You really do get it all at Garber Chevrolet in Linwood. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience that will keep you coming back. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see us. Get a better overall experience and lease for less in Linwood. Garber Chevrolet Linwood, M13, north of Bay City. Online, garberlinwood.com. Chevrolet, together. Let's drive.
Hi, this is Jacob Kluche, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Defensive zone face-off here for the Spirit. Drew Roscoe. 13:27 left in the first. Roscoe in the box on an interference call. Or perhaps a holding call. We'll have to wait for the official announcement. Saginaw, their first Storm Arrest their exteriors penalty kill in this game. Down in front, looking for the bumper play. Ice Dogs go right to work. Grayson Tiller could be put in front by Alexander Haig. Up the near side, this is Patterson to keep things alive. Jakob Kromiak. Back to Patterson, takes a shot, blocked on its way through. It is a holding call to Drew Roscoe. Saginaw back the other way, shorthanded as Jensen Geldart is into the offensive zone, trying to get around Kromiak. Geldart back and behind the net. Two Ice Dogs now making three on Jensen Geldart. Lost his net guard, lost the puck as well. Ethan Zada's on this back and behind the Ice Dogs net. Niagara power play 19th in the league at 17.4% this season. The Spirit penalty kill, same ranking, 19th at 74.7%. Here's Ethan Zada into the offensive zone for the Ice Dogs. Back in the left wing corner. They look to set up shop. Already 55 seconds gone on the Roscoe penalty. Puck back up the near wall and fired cross ice. Dimas Yilkin races after it. They skate it back up the center, gets hauled down. Decent check there is getting back into him as Ryerson Edgar. And Jilkin, from inside the offensive zone and from the seat of his pants, is able to squirt that shot towards the net. Ice Dogs will see this one picked up here by Jakob Kromiak. Dropped off back in behind the net. They want to set up a controlled breakout here. That'll be flipped off the boards by Sean Doherty to Hao Shi Vong, former Oshawa General. This one up the near side for Noah Reed. Into the offensive corner now for the Ice Dogs, down to the goal line. Vong is there. From the right corner, sent back up. It'll be juggled there, and Noah Reed sends it back up the wall. There's Hao Shi Vong, hit by Dimas Yilkin. Puck kept alive here by Niagara. Blake Barnes stops up inside the Niagara offensive zone, sends one on through. Here's a snapshot, gets blocked around. Pinballs in the neutral zone, or the slot in between the faceoff dots. Hao Shi Vong going to throw this one there. Again, flipped out by Xander Valeris. And that's the end of the Drew Roscoe penalty. Saginaw 1-for-1 on the penalty kill. This game remains scoreless with 11:20 left in the first period. Barnes back behind the net for Vong. Second round pick of the San Jose Sharks. This is up now for a hit by Hayden Reed. James go up the right side looking for Levi Harper. Just turned back into the offensive end for Saginaw, but the Ice Dogs will take it away. Fired off the wall. Kluche gets there first. Spins it towards the middle. Off a skate. Settled down by James Go. Near side. Kluche drops it back up high. Levi Harper. Over to James Go. Sends it into traffic. Ends up off the corner boards. Kluche down low looking for Carson Harmer. He's had a 3-game scoring streak now. Down low for Kluche again. Out of the corner he goes. Harmer lets it go. James Go keeps it alive on the backhand. Puck is gloved down out of midair by Hull. Now this is Wraith Smith into the offensive zone here for the Ice Dogs. Cuts back. Hits the trailer from the right circle. A shot kicked out by the right batter. Shurigan rebound chance. That one never got to the net. Grayson Tiller let the second opportunity go. On the far wall. 2 against 2. Puck comes out. Jacob Kluche up now to the far side. Brody Papoy carries it on through center ice. Flips it back off the glass and behind the goaltender Charlie Robertson. Harper on it first. Takes a heavy check, but he moved the puck to Barabanov. Sends it back up high into the skates of Nikita Klepov. Back onto the stick now of Ben Reisnecker. Klepov trying to get under the stick there of Grayson Tiller. Can't do it. Klepov stays with him. Wraith Smith on things here for Niagara. Flipped it off the glass. Cut the line by Zhilkin. Saginaw's got numbers headed back into the offensive zone. Barabanov, left circle, right to the net, hangs on to it, wants the wraparound. In front for Roscoe. The shot gets deflected aside by Patterson. Here's Xander Valeris, center point. Slows down, puts it onto the tape of Ethan Zada. And so the Ice Dogs bank it off the wall. Patterson onside. Hits the brakes in the circle, then the trailer. This is Tiller, the shot that goes wide. And off the glass and behind Stepan Shurigan. 9:25 to go, no score here in the first. Offensive opportunities opening up as now the Spirit flip this puck over everybody's head and out to center. Jakub Chromiak picks things up back in the Niagara zone. Overage defenseman out of Slovakia will throw things into the near side corner. All the way back around. Saginaw gets it back into Niagara real estate where it's Chromiak again. A longtime Kitchener Ranger throws it over to Liam Spencer, the longtime London Knight. Spencer, long-range shot, easily booted aside by Stepan Shurigan. Saginaw's defenseman Blake Barnes catches up to it. Back and behind the net, Jensen Geldart. On the loose puck now here for Saginaw as the third line comes out. Geldart with Bodie Stewart and Ryan Hanrahan. Geldart brings it right up through center ice. Dropped it off. Bodie Stewart down the right wing boards. Carries it back in behind the Niagara net. Takes the check, moves the puck. Haig is on this here. Alexander Haig for the Niagara Ice Dogs back into the offensive zone. Now a chance. Could not be turned in between the defenders by Ryerson Edgar. So it's taken away by Saginaw as Geldart flips it cross ice. It bounces right in front of the Niagara bench, where it is their own Blake Barnes, the American Blake Barnes, ironically playing, of course, for the Canadian team in this matchup. Jensen Geldart does what he can to keep things on side. But Niagara's Blake Barnes has to deal with Brody Papoy. Hao Shi Vong hit by Bodie Stewart. Stewart comes back over the hit for Reed, and Ryerson Edgar leads the counterattack in for the Ice Dogs. Haig drops it back. Point shot goes off of Carson Harmer. Hao Shi Wang let that one go from distance. Harmer didn't react too much, but it looked like it probably didn't feel the best. Blake Barnes looking to exit Spirit real estate. Intercepted and taken away by Hao Shi Vong back at the Niagara blue line. 7:33 here in this first period. No score. In a first that's got a healthy clip to it. Shots on goal, even at 3 apiece. Brought to you by Frankenmuth Insurance and Saginaw Bay Underwriters. Puck is back in behind the net of Saginaw's Stepan Shurigan. Chase Hull battles for it against Carson Harmer, who comes away with this puck. Threw it off the skate of an official. Here's a turnover, and Stepan Shurigan cuts off the centering pass with a goal stick. That could have been dangerous. Ice Dogs fire it back in behind Shurigan's net. He's there. Plays it to his defensive counterpart, Josh Glavin. Up to Carson Harmer, then in for Brody Papoy, who risks things into the offensive zone. Goes for a change. The goaltender Robertson out to play it. Does not get it out of the zone. Levi Harper kept it alive here for Saginaw with help from Kluche. Liam Spencer takes over now for Niagara and lugs it up to center ice. Noah Reed backhands it into the Spirit end. Barabanov right in front of his goaltender. Then for James Go, jammed off the wall. Ice Dogs take it away at center, and Liam Spencer fires it back in from center red. James Go tries again. Back behind the net, he reverses it this time. Levi Harper up the near wall looking for Kluche. It spills back out to neutral ice. Zhilkin into the offensive zone. Tries to turn around and dump that pass off for Barabanov. Niagara steals again. Zada pursues James Go. Back into the Spirit end. He sets up on his own goal line, snaps it up the near boards. But it can't be handled by Barabanov. But Zhilkin's going to get in to beat out the icing. Back behind the net, he plays it along for Klepov. Liam Spencer gives him a rough ride. He drops this puck here for Barabanov. Then Graydon Jones down the right side. Harper pulls up back and behind the net now. The defenseman Harper walks into the bottom of the far circle. Tries to throw that puck in front. It was deflected. Comes to rest in the near corner. Ice Dogs get that puck out past Nikita Klepov and all the way down in the Spirit end. Where Graydon Jones tries to throw a quick pass up the near side. That's shut down at the offensive blue line. Jones now on the shoot back in. Has to come over to hit Judd Knopf. This puck goes from end to end in pretty quick fashion. Jilkin off the wall to himself on a long pass. Takes a shot. Good save by the goaltender, Charlie Robertson. And the Ice Dogs clear again on a turning puck. That does not go down for icing. Josh Glavin there to gather it. 5:19 here in the first period. No score. Jilkin, one of the few good scoring chances here in the first 20 minutes so far. Saginaw the long shoot back in. Off the wall behind Robertson. He's there to fire it off the glass. It comes to the right point. Drew Roscoe. Given back to him by Klepov. Roscoe ducks down the wall. There for Harmer. Back up high. This is Klepov in the high slot. Too many Ice Dogs in the way. It's picked up instead now by Harmer. Now Klepov. 4 Spirit players up high. Klepov keeps things alive. Hits the reverse. Now at the center point. Klepov carries it to the near boards. Poked away from him. Rescued by Roscoe. Given back to Klepov. Klepov gets away from Judnoff. Takes a shot. Deflected in front. Save made by Robertson. And on the rebound there, he's going to stop Sawyer Schmidt. And the puck gets back out the center. Past Josh Glavin. On the return feed, Roscoe. He and Glavin want to find Liam Storch at the offensive blue line. Ice Dogs say no. Here they come again. Ryerson Edgar down from the Spirit goal line. Centering pass is intercepted. Saginaw's Barnes gets it up now to Liam Storch down the left side. It's rocked into the bench there by Ryerson Edgar. The puck drifts back in behind the Niagara goal. Grayson Tiller up to Ryerson Edgar, up the right side. Brought into the offensive end again by the Ice Dogs. The centering feed is gloved down by Saginaw's defenseman Valeris. And the Spirit can take over. Jensen Geldart up the right wing. Wants to flip it in past Tiller. Can't do it. Reisdecker there first for Niagara. Hayden Reed has to pick things up himself. Take a hit from Hanrahan. Move the puck to Tiller. Now the stretch pass at the left side. Ivan Gallianov. Down the left wing. Stops up at the top of the circles. Comes back. He's pursued by Jensen Geldart. Now below the goal line. Centering feed. Goes off the skate to the top of the zone. Chromiak, a shot into traffic. That goes off traffic in front. Liam Spencer back to the point. Hall's shot off the stick of Hanrahan, nearly tipped towards the Spirit net. Hanrahan goes and gets it himself in the far corner. Jensen Geldart takes an awkward check. Bodie Stewart can't kick the puck back out the center. Saginaw finally gets it out of danger. Gallianov there for Liam Spencer, and they fire it back in behind the Spirit net. Delayed offside. That will be delayed no longer. The Ice Dogs didn't realize they were offside. 3:11 left in the first period. No score just yet. Things are moving right along. We're back to the Meridian Center in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Ryan Coe to create your personal price plan today.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
No score here inside the Meridian Center. First period, moving quickly. 3:11 left in it. We went about 10 minutes without a whistle there. It might not be a surprise that nobody's found the back of the net just yet. Ice Dogs tied for the second fewest first period goals in the OHL this season. Niagara and Sarnia both have 43 goals in the first period. The only team with fewer is Brampton at 33. However, though the Ice Dogs struggle to score, they've got 18 wins in one-goal contests. That's the most in the OHL. As they fire this one up and off the netting. The Ice Dogs, no stranger to tight games, and apparently the best at winning them. And though Niagara has an X next to their name, they've locked up a playoff spot. They sit in 6th right now in the Eastern Conference. This is important hockey for them, too. Don't think that they're okay with Saginaw walking in here. Oh, Saginaw's got the sense of urgency trying to lock up a playoff spot. We're all set. No. They want to make sure that they can climb up into 5th and play the Peterborough Petes. They'd much rather see them than the Ottawa 67s. You'd have to imagine. The Spirit send this puck back into Niagara real estate. Brody Papoy lays the body against Blake Barnes. Now this is Jacob Cloutier in behind the Niagara net. Hal Shivon got a defensive stick on it. Hits Carson Harmer. The puck there for Cloutier in the corner. Fan on the centering pass. Gets one onto the tape now of Harmer. Spins back to the wall. Good backhanded saucer pass onto the tape now of James Go. Right point, down the boards he goes. Chase Hull pursues him. James go back to the top of the zone. Center point. Fakes the shot. Faked a couple of shots. Pinballing around. Great save by Robertson. Full extension. He robs Kluche right in the doorstep. 2 against 2 in the corner. Hao Shi-Vung flips it to the near wall. Kluche tries to steal. Gallinov moves it up the hull. And the Ice Dogs clear. Best save of the night so far. That left pad at Charlie Robertson just beats Kluche, who's in for another long-range shot. That one blocked by Liam Spencer. Around it comes to the left point. Graydon Jones helped along by Carson Harmer in the offensive zone. Inside 2 minutes left in this first period. Dimas Jokin tries to force a turnover against Jakub Kromiak. Liam Spencer on it here for Niagara. Pass is intercepted in the neutral zone by Levi Harper, so he can bring it back in himself. Stripped of possession by Reed. Liam Spencer. Cross-ice pass for Zada with Patterson breaking towards the net. Tied up, though, by Jokin. Good defensive work by the Spirit captain. Laid it off the boards in behind Shurigan. Jones up now to Igor Barabanov. Crosses center red. Tries to throw one in for Klepov. Back across the ice. In between Barabanov and Jokin. That pass does not connect. Liam Spencer is hit by Nikita Klepov. Ice Dogs want to get out of their own end. This is Jakub Kromiak. Hounded here by Klepov. So he can't enter the zone with control. Drew Roscoe takes a check on the dump back in. Klepov looking right around in front. Graydon Jones helps him get out of danger. Barabanov taken heavily into the wall at center by Vaughn. This is Dimas Jokin to pick things back up in the Saginaw end. 1 minute left here in a scoreless first period. Jokin up the near side. This is Barabanov. Haig takes over for Niagara. Bodie Stewart gets it back. Jokin's got a touch up at the blue line. This one fired back in behind the net of Robertson. And it's taken over again by Vaughn. Intercepted by Glavin. Poked in by Hanrahan. He played it offside. 37.5 left in this first frame. And more, not confusion, but just to explain some name things. Hao Shi-Vung had been known as Hao Shi Wang or Simon Wang for a long time here in the OHL. He had been going by Simon. Then said, no, I'd like to be known as Hao Shi, and had a talk with Ted Lehman, the radio broadcaster here for the Niagara Ice Dogs prior to puck drop. And the correct pronunciation of his last name is Vaughn. So face off in the neutral zone, and we're going to say it a lot. Second round pick of the San Jose Sharks, first pick of the second round in the 2025 NHL draft. This puck deep in Niagara real estate. It's pulled away by Bodie Stewart. The high slot, his shot, pinballs wide off a couple of bodies, then the end boards. To the far boards, Haig is hit. Jensen Geldart on this down below the Niagara goal line. Vaughn takes him into the wall. Ryerson Edgar is hit by Bodie Stewart. Haig is there. Almost turned it back over to Stewart. Ice Dogs get it out. This is Hayden Reed up the right side with speed. Forced off that puck by Josh Glavin. And the intercept to Ryan Hanrahan. That'll be the end of the first period. Fast-paced first period. 25 minutes to play 20 minutes of hockey. You're not going to see that too often. Shots after 20, 7-4. The Spirit have the advantage. Charlie Robertson and Stepan Shurigan have tended the goal well. No score. First intermission report coming up. Jonathan ready for you back in the studio. We'll take a break and be back here in a moment. You're home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Soak up the stillness of winter on glistening trails, or glide along an outdoor ice rink. Take charming carriage rides through snowy streets. Embrace the magic of the season and warm up with comfort food and handcrafted beverages. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at GarberChesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Prost Wine Bar and Charcuterie now has 2 buzzing locations to enjoy. Visit us in downtown Frankenmuth or in uptown Bay City. We offer a full bar, menu, and memorable atmosphere. Walk-ins are always welcome, and Bay City is now accepting reservations online at prostwinebar.com. Open 7 days a week. Make Prost Wine Bar in Frankenmuth or uptown Bay City your destination for great wine and even better times.
It's time for your intermission report. In the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, here is Jonathan Dent.
Well, that first period went by in the blink of an eye. Still a 0-0 tie. Let's take a look back at that first frame, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. It was kind of a stop-and-go first minute or so to this period, but a minute 28 seconds in, it gives way to a Spirit power play off a Ben Reisnecker high sticking call. They get things moving around the outside of the offensive end. They put a couple shots on net, but the Ice Dogs able to kill that one off. The Ice Dogs tried to push back over the course of a couple shifts. Saginaw kept their shooting chances down, but they do draw a penalty at 6 minutes 33 seconds. Drew Roscoe sits for holding. Some good clearing and forechecking from Saginaw sees that one off as well. Stepan Shurigan stops Reisnecker with the pads from distance, all alone on one of Niagara's most dangerous looks during that time, and he gets credit for shutting down the follow-up through traffic.
Straight Smith into the offensive zone here for the Ice Dogs. Cuts back. It's the trailer from the right circle. A shot kicked out by the red batters. During a rebound chance. That one never got to the net. Grayson Tiller let the second opportunity go.
The Spirit continue to find some good stretches of possession through some Niagara clears. That happens over the course of 10 minutes without a whistle. Barabanov helps Dima Zhilkin into the offensive zone along the right side. One of Saginaw's best chances during that time.
From end to end in pretty quick fashion. Zhilkin off the wall to himself on a long pass. Takes a shot. Good save by the goaltender, Charlie Robertson.
After they finally get a stoppage, Jacob Kluche nearly cashes in from the doorstep, but he's kept out by the left pad of Robertson after a shot from distance by James Go.
James Go back to the top of the zone. Center point. Fakes the shot. Faked a couple of shots. Pinballing around. Great save by Robertson. Full extension. He robs Kluche right in the doorstep.
The Spirit continued to control at least on the shot count through the final minutes of the period, but not too many shots on goal to report. Saginaw 7-2-4 for the lead. The Spirit 0 for 1 on the power play. The Ice Dogs 0 for 1 as well. Interestingly, the face-off wins are an inversion of the shot count, 7-4 in favor of the Ice Dogs. No scoring to report, though, through the first 20 minutes of play. So we'll take a quick break and bring Dylan into the conversation. Kind of an interesting period to break down for you. We'll talk a little bit more about it on the other side of this break here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Mike Miner to create your personal price plan today.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. and access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life, where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
It takes each of us to make Saginaw a place we're proud to call home. Since 1984, Saginaw Community Foundation has helped build and strengthen Saginaw County by bringing together people and resources to make a difference. We're a one-stop shop for giving, building endowments, grant-making, and community leadership. Visit SaginawFoundation.org today to learn more about how you can help support your community. Saginaw Community Foundation, building a flourishing community for all, for good, forever.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit hockey is WSGW.
A scoreless tie between the Saginaw Spirit and the Niagara Ice Dogs after one period of play as we bring in from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth, Dylan Clark. Now, Dylan, we look at a scoreless tie. We look at a shot count of 7-4. Saginaw has the lead on the shot count at least, and you'd think the game would look a little bit slower paced, but it hasn't been. The opportunities have been there. They just haven't quite been making it to the net. Saginaw has been doing a great job on the offensive end. What have we seen through 20 minutes here?
We've seen a lot of great back and forth action in this game, and I think you're right. Like, there's not a overabundance of caution in this game. These are teams that, you know what, they know what time of the year it is, right? Like, there are plays being made along the wall and guys trying to beat other guys wide that maybe – if it's earlier in the season, if it's January, they're thinking, maybe I won't try to make that gap. Maybe I'll try to throw a pass somewhere or dump the puck back in or whatever. I'm not going to risk that. But we've seen a number of plays here where guys they're ready to crash through anything if they think it means maybe they get a scoring chance somewhere along the line. It is indicative of the time of the year. Again, the Spirit are trying to lock down a playoff spot. We know this. The Ice Dogs have a playoff spot locked up, but they want to make sure that they have the best chance at playing the Peterborough Petes, who are in fourth right now, instead of being stuck with the Ottawa 67s, who are, again, as Saginaw just played both of those teams last weekend. I mean, we know how the Peterborough game went, 5-2 win for the Spirit. Things went a little bit differently against the Ottawa 67s 2 nights before that. So, again, not that you're going to be able to tell everything from one game each, but I would say that most teams would agree that Ottawa's the stronger and the scarier of the two. So, this has been a very entertaining first period. A lot of great chances, and the goaltenders have had to make some really key saves, some really impressive saves at times to keep it a scoreless game.
Well, you talk about things getting down to the wire and kind of the decisions that guys are making because of that. Saginaw's best chance comes off the stick of Jacob Cloutier, and the only reason he's able to follow up on that shot is because he's one of two white sweaters grinding it out right on the doorstep there, and they were there for probably a good 15-20 seconds before that shot gets let go. They're going to the dangerous areas, and they're looking for those opportunities.
Yeah, there's a real maturity about this game. You know, think back to there were a handful of shifts in that third period against Peterborough. It led to the Brody Popoy goal that made it 4-2, but there were plays made, some hits that were laid from Ryan Hanrahan, from Jensen Geldard, from Drew Roscoe, who ended up getting an assist on the goal. But I remember thinking to myself, we just saw some of these young guys really grow up a lot on this shift because they were skating and hitting at a level that we hadn't seen them do to that point in their OHL careers. And before we could even get that thought out, they put the puck in the back of the net. That level of maturity seems to be carrying over. And again, that's massive for this hockey team, not just for the rest of the season as they try to make a playoff spot, but think about next year when guys like Jensen Geldart and Ryan Hanrahan are playing even bigger roles on this hockey club. I mean, again, you don't want to turn the page to next year before it's time. There's a ton of great hockey that has yet to be played and will be played here this season. But boy, oh boy, are those guys going to be fun to watch next year.
Let's turn our attention to some of the guys who are older on this team right now. Glavin and Go making their return to the lineup, and defensively, their impact has been felt through the first 20 minutes. You got to think the shot count looks a little bit different without those two guys out there.
Well, you get 451 games of OHL experience back in the lineup just between those two hockey players. It makes a big difference, especially at that position when things are coming at you constantly. You are on you're in a defensive posture most of the time.
Yeah.
It goes to it goes without saying as a defenseman in this wonderful game of hockey.
But even in the offensive zone.
Absolutely right. There were a number of pucks that probably would have come out against lesser experienced defensemen, especially James Go's playing on his offside. He's a right shot playing on the left side as a defenseman. So you're stopping pucks along the wall on your backhand. It looks difficult, and it's even more challenging than it looks. And James Go, again, he's an overage player. He should be among the best at doing it, and he did a phenomenal job on a number of occasions to keep Saginaw in the offensive zone. I'd have to go back and look at a replay. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if that was what led to the Jacob Klutze chance on the doorstep. We'll have to check maybe during a commercial break and verify that was the case. But Saginaw does not get set up or stay set up in the offensive zone without really the posture and the poise of James Go. But he and Josh Glavin both have been massive additions for Saginaw.
Yeah, it was a shot by Go as he's coming off of the board. So definitely illustrates what you're talking about there. That's some defensemen in the offensive end. Let's talk about one of our forwards in the defensive end, Nikita Klepov. We bring his name up on the offensive side so much, but he really showed another side to his game there through the first period.
Well, we've been talking about him nonstop, and I hope we get to talk about him nonstop until the end of the regular season. OHL's Rookie of the Month for a second consecutive month, third month this season. And you know what? When we talked to him, when we film our weekly report, he had said, I want to focus on, I want to improve the defensive aspects of my game. I can always get better at that. And there was a back check in that first period that if he doesn't come back and tie up the Ice Dog attacker, that probably turns into an odd man rush and maybe ends up in the back of the Spirit net. He's elevating his game all over the place, and it is fun to watch, and it's encouraging. You really see a level of attention to detail and caring in the first period of a Thursday night game from your top offensive power and the leading scorer in the Ontario Hockey League. If he's the one coming back and making defensive plays, you're in a good spot going into the second.
That level of effort, going to try and keep it up into the second period. Dylan, as always, thank you for your time. A scoreless tie between the Spirit and the Ice Dogs. Out-of-town scoreboard coming up next on your home for Saginaw Spirit hockey.
Garber Buick is America's oldest Buick dealership. Our factory-trained service technicians deliver precision care to keep your vehicle performing at its best. We also have an award-winning body shop. We even sell parts and tires. You truly get it all at Garber Buick. Better service, better selection, and better prices. Garber Buick, State Street in Saginaw. Online, GarberBuick.com. Buick, exceptional by design.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
In hockey, every play counts, and retirement's no different. At McIntosh & Associates, we're your financial line mates, helping you skate through the tough stuff. Taxes, healthcare, income planning, and more. You bring the goals. We'll help set up the assist. Schedule your visit at wealthmichigan.com or call 989-692-2200. Retirement made clear. With a team that plays to win.
Enjoy the spirit of Frankenmuth and score big with your kids at the indoor water parks. The puck stops here in Funtown, where fan favorites include chicken and Christmas, but there's really so much more. Arcades, breweries, carriage rides, shopping, and pretzel rolling. Frankenmuth, where we leave the icing to the dessert. 800 Funtown. No matter how cold it is outside or in the hockey rink, there's loads of indoor fun waiting just down the road in Frankenmuth.
Are you looking to make a sweet change in your career? Plant your career with Michigan Sugar Company. Michigan Sugar Company is now hiring STEM, skilled trades, maintenance, and general labor roles at their Bay City, Carroll, Croswell, and Sebwing factories. Visit michigansugar.com/careers for a full list of available roles and to start your application today. Michigan Sugar Company, making life sweeter since 1906.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Welcome back. After 20 minutes, the Saginaw Spirit and the Niagara Ice Dogs in a scoreless tie as we take a look at our out-of-town scores brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. All of these scores in Eastern Conference action here tonight in the OHL. The Brantford Bulldogs out to a 2-0 lead over the Barrie Colts. Brantford first in the East, Barrie Colts second in the East. In North Bay, the battalion currently tied up with the Oshawa Generals. The Generals started the scoring, 2 goals from the battalion, got them out to a lead there, and with just 45 seconds remaining in the period, the Oshawa Generals tie it at 2 going into the second period. It's a scoreless tie between the Ottawa 67s and the Peterborough Petes, just like it is between the Spirit and the Ice Dogs. Second period action coming up next here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
At Dow, we believe performance starts long before the whistle blows. It begins in the lab, where science meets sport. From apparel to playing surfaces to gear, we create cutting-edge materials that help drive high performance from lab to stadium. Because in sports, just like in science, every second counts, and every material matters. Dow, at the intersection of sport and science. Learn more at dow.com/sports.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Chris Barrios to create your personal price plan today. You really do get it all at Garber Midland. It's more than just better prices. It's better financing, better selection, and a better overall customer experience. And we're more than the place you buy your vehicle. We're also where your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards of service. Come see how you can get it all at Garber Midland at the corner of Saginaw and Eastman. See all our inventory online at garbermidland.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Welcome back inside the Meridian Center. Dylan Clark alongside you as we get started for the second period. No score here between the Saginaw Spirit and the Niagara Ice Dogs. 7 shots to 4 for the Spirit in that first period. Igor Barabanov, Dimas Yilkin, Nikita Klepov start out up front for Saginaw. Ethan Zada, Riley Patterson, and Alexander Haig counter for the Ice Dogs. Levi Harper controls off the draw and sends it over to James Go. Back on through off the stick of Zada, thrown back in and around by Dimas Yilkin. No carryover penalties or power plays here for the second. Puck comes off the wall. Klepov going to snap a shot that goes well wide on the near side. Saginaw moving right to left here in the second period. Ethan Zada gets into James Go in the neutral zone. Little poke check tried there. They wrestle it through, and Reed's shot goes out the other side. Riley Patterson, as the Ice Dogs look to go to work, just 4 shots on goal in that first period. Zada from the far boards is pursued by Go. Taps the puck to the middle. It's picked up by Saginaw's Zilkin. Throws that one up on the backhand, out to center, off the fingertips of Jakub Kromiak. Ice Dogs will pull things down the right side again, into the offensive zone. The Lightning prospect, Zada, going to snap one off the cuff. He'll step on Shurigan's glove. Back up at the right point, a long hammer shot. It's into the glove of Shurigan again from Kromiak. Going to glove it down, drop it off. Saginaw coughs it up, though. Poked away by James Go. Could have been a great opportunity for Alexander Haig. Klepov in for Zilkin. Over the offensive blue line. Zilkin gets it back and takes a shot while falling that ends up stumbling wide. As the Ice Dogs converged on him, they come back the other direction. Throw it into the offensive zone here. Back around it goes in behind Shurigan. The reverse there for Ryerson Edgar. Shouldered off that puck by Brody Papoy. Poked at by Haig, and Papoy comes away with it. Ducks out of the way of a check. That's gloved down by Hao Shi Vong. Down the left side into the circle, and a stick going to break on him. Lucky break for the Spirit. Blake Barnes up high for the Ice Dogs. Sends it back down below the Spirit goal line. Haig is handcuffed by Glavin. Puck on the far wall. Niagara comes away with it. Hayden Reed stepping into the left circle. Cross-ice pass too far behind Ryerson Edgar. 5th in rookie scoring right now. Edgar's rising shot goes off the blocker of Shurigan into the glass. Edgar taking a task now by Saginaw's Barnes. The puck ends up down below the goal line again. 2 and some change gone here in the second period. Carson Harmer, quick pass looking for Papoy. Now it's Niagara's turn to handcuff Saginaw in their own end. Back it comes for Hull, and then Ray Smith. One hand on the stick to try and get around Klepov. Smith can't get it out of the skate of Josh Glavin. He's got 2 bodies on him. Down on the ice he goes, trying to get back up. Puck squirts free, and this is Klepov. There's a penalty coming. Barnes and Gallianov are together. And it's going to be a holding call against Saginaw's Blake Barnes. 17:31 here in the second. And Saginaw to the second Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill. Second holding penalty here in this game against the Spirit. Barnes will sit. And that comes off the heels of extended offensive zone time for the Niagara Ice Dogs. Just wearing Saginaw down, and Barnes gassed at the end of that shift. Takes a holding penalty. Puck back up on the far side wall. At the left point, this will be handled by Chromiak, then Ryerson Edgar. Back to Chromiak, and he's going to keep it onside, just barely at that Saginaw blue line. Patterson, the right circle. Ryerson Edgar, back underneath. That goes off the skate of the official. Drew Roscoe backhands it, but not out. Get the line by Patterson. Shot goes into traffic. Off the end wall. Good active stick by Shurigan as he got out as much as he can. Knock that puck to the boards. They keep it alive, though. Patterson, center point. Hangs on to it to draw past Ryan Hanrahan. He's out with Jensen Geldart. Braden Jones, Drew Roscoe on the PK. Edgar has it here for the Ice Dogs up high and spins it down into the corner for Ethan Zada. Tries to get around Dones. Does. Can't get around Drew Roscoe, though. Stepan Shurigan had that goal pad sealed along the ice as well. Drew Roscoe now in the near corner. Halfway through the power play. Ice Dogs cannot keep it onside that time. Jakob Chromiak booted it back in from beyond the line, and it's touched up by Haig. 1:07 left on the holding penalty to Saginaw's Blake Barnes. Face off to come outside the Spirit line. And a more favorable start here to this game than the last time Saginaw was here. January the 9th of 2025. What ended up being a 7-2 Ice Dogs victory. Niagara had already scored the third of an onslaught by this point in the game. Blake Barnes up high. Hao Shi Vong. Second power play unit is on for Chris Barnes and his Niagara Ice Dogs. Vong on the backhand. Down for Noah Reed with a lane to the net that was taken away by Xander Valeris. Could have been cashed in on right in front. Now instead the shot into traffic shoots through. Doherty took the shot. Reed got the deflection on it. It will be Noah Reed and his 10th goal of the season. A power play marker. With 16:10 left here in the second, and the Ice Dogs are on the board first at 1-0. Well, and just continuous zone time in the offensive end here for Niagara. The second unit gets good puck movement. Sean Doherty, confidence as he steps into the high slot and rips a shot. And Reed is able to tip between the 5-hole of Stepan Shurigan. 7th shot of the hockey game that he's seen. As we get the thumbs up from the scorer's table, it counts. Ice Dogs 1 for 2 on the power play, up 1-0. Levi Harper controls off the faceoff at center for the Spirit. Laid back in. James Go to Igor Barabanov. Then it's handled behind the net by the goaltender Robertson. Ice Dogs settle it down. Patterson trying to get wide. He's got a step here on James Go. Tries to cut back in front. Go comes over. Levi Harper takes the puck away, and he's up now for Klepov. Up through center ice. Klepov there for Zhilkin back in behind the net. Ice Dogs cut him off. Taken by Noah Reed. Near side, Ethan Zada. Ina Zhilkin will steal. He's taken into the boards by Niagara's Patterson. Reed will pursue it. Back into the Spirit end. Hits Levi Harper. James Go on this puck for Dima Zhilkin. It rolls over to Barabanov. Weaves his way up into the neutral zone. Klepov, short pass off the boards as he's jammed up by Liam Spencer. Back around, he comes down for Zhilkin. Up to the near point. Harper doesn't like the lane he's given. Gives it over to James Go. Back into the high slot. Zhilkin backhanded shot. That one turned out by Robertson. Around the far wall it goes. 5 minutes gone in the second period. 1-0 Niagara. Nobody can move the puck on the far wall of the Ice Dogs' end. And finally we get a stoppage. And a little bit more as James Go comes over to whichever Ice Dog took an extra pop at Igor Barabanov. James Go, one of the more even-keeled Spirit players, saw something that he did not like. He came over, took a couple of hard strides after, I believe, Liam Spencer. There was no penalty on the play. I believe we're going to get one here. After that little dust-up, as Nikita Klepov continues to be in a headlock. 14:55 to go here in the second period. The Ice Dog captain, Ethan Zada, makes his way over to the penalty box. Will anybody follow for the Spirit? No. So the second IBW Local 557 power play here for Saginaw, with Zada in the box for roughing. And again, I believe the play was blown dead because the puck wasn't moving anywhere for a long enough period of time. And Zada, somewhere in that pile, takes the roughing penalty. Well, now they've put up a penalty to Klepov on the board. So my apologies, it will be offsetting roughing minors. And you know what? From our broadcast perch up here in the Meridian Center, you can just see the top 2 inches of Nikita Klepov's helmet in the penalty box. It also helps that you can count 1, 2, 3, 4 white sweaters, 1, 2, 3, 4 black sweaters. We're at 4-on-4, folks. 1-0. Niagara up ahead here. 14:39 to go in the second period. Ryerson Edgar back in the Spirit end now. Brody Papoy takes it away, escapes out to neutral ice. Hao-Shi Vong cuts back on him. Papoy goes to the outside. Vong uses the frame. 6'5", 223 pounds to hold off Brody Papoy, but they get it back up to the left point. Go the shot. Redirected in front of Robertson. He's got to sprawl backwards to get the glove on top. Nearly a good opportunity for the Spirit. Robertson, the overage netliner, he's got some size on him as well, 6'4". Able to use the long limbs to reach back and glove that puck down. We got more penalties here, too. Hayden Reed for the Ice Dogs. Levi Harper on the Spirit side of things. They each pick up roughing penalties. Dimas Jokin and Riley Patterson looking for a little explanation as well. So are we going to play 3-on-3 hockey here in the second period? We will see. As 4 aside will come back out here. Face off in the left wing circle of the Niagara zone. Barabanov, James Go, Jacob Kluche, and Dimas Jokin out. 3 forwards, 1 defenseman for Chris Lazary. 1:21 left at 4-on-4. And the face-off, we'll have to do it a third time here. Dick Kluche bowled over Riley Patterson and stood over him like he was a linebacker, making a tackle for a loss. Now this puck off the draw ends up back and behind the Niagara net. Jakub Kromiak patiently there. Up the middle, his pass finds Patterson. Just out to the far side, Blake Barnes tries to get on through. He puts it back in behind the Spirit net. Igor Barabanov tied up there by Reed. Barnes back up to the right side. This is Jakub Kromiak, a high shot into traffic. Stepan Shurigan, 6'5". He had to jump at that puck. So safe to say that it was not on net. James Go up the far wall, can't be reeled in by Igor Barabanov. Kromiak goes off the wall again. This is Riley Patterson, stick checked by Jacob Kluche. Back for Kromiak. Doubles back at his own blue line. 37 seconds left before the release of Ethan Zada and Nikita Klepov from the penalty boxes. 1-0. The Ice Dogs have the lead here on a power play goal by Noah Reed. Up the near side, Blake Barnes into the Spirit end. For the goal scorer, Reed. Centering feed. That one off the stick of Niagara's Barnes, and a little bit of a trouble in front of the net as James Go nearly put that back in on his goaltender. Instead, he escapes. Up for Barabanov into the offensive zone. Drop past Kluche. Stepping towards the middle. Had a bit of room. Ice Dogs take it away. And Kluche drops the puck right onto the tape. Here for Ryerson Edgar. It's a breakaway. He scores! That one's going to sting a little bit extra. Ryerson Edgar, 21st goal of the season. Tied for 4th now among OHL rookies in goal scoring. And that one came right on his tape. Kluche, the drop pass at the blue line. The Ice Dogs take it. Edgar's got a full head of steam. Little head fake and the backhander up over the blocker of Stepan Shurigan. Simple but effective move there. And the Ice Dogs cash in to make it 2-0. They'll fire this one back in and around. The area for Stepan Shurigan. Now in the near side corner. 2 against 2. Roscoe waiting. Nobody can come away with the puck. Finally, Galianov will take it away. Unassisted goal for Ryerson Edgar to make it 2-0. Announced here in the building. Back in the corner again of the Spirit zone. This time far side. Geldart giving there to Drew Roscoe. Takes a glancing check by Wraith Smith. Near side again. The board battles continue. Finally, it's pulled out by Drew Roscoe. He'll gain some separation too and go over everybody's head. Comes down at center ice. Ryan Hanrahan has to untangle some sticks from that puck. Poked in to the offensive zone by Glavin. Bodie Stewart now. Taken away again by Wraith Smith here in the Niagara zone. Goes off the glass. And it's out to Josh Glavin in the neutral zone. For Drew Roscoe. Off the wing. Good bump pass. Geldart finds Hanrahan. The cross ice pass. Stewart rolls around in front of the net. Can't settle that down. Now Hanrahan going after his man in the far corner. Spirit in the offensive zone. Bodie Stewart knocked down to the ice. Almost a good tackle there by Ben Reisnecker. And he and Stewart going back and forth with one another. There's a delayed penalty. Stewart will be guilty of perhaps the only one. 11:32 here in the second. And Reisnecker makes sure he stays down for an extra moment. Saginaw looks to head back to the kill. They're down 2-0. Things sliding a little bit here in the second. We're back to the Meridian Center in a moment here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
You're looking for a better price on a better car, so dare to be different. Get to Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw, the only Hyundai dealer in the Great Lakes Bay region. See why Hyundai is so much better. Garber's certified factory-trained technicians, knowledgeable parts staff, and dedicated sales team will keep you coming back to Garber Hyundai. You really do get it all at Garber. Dare to be different. Choose better at Garber Hyundai on Bay Road in Saginaw. Online, garberhyundai.com.
This is Josh Glavin, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Second period here inside the Meridian Center. 2-0. The Niagara Ice Dogs have the lead. Bodie Stewart is in the penalty box. And there is a 5-minute major on the video board at center ice. Now, we believed it was just a minor penalty for cross-checking. He got locked up with Ben Reisnecker. They were tied up for quite a while, and there was an extra shot given by Stewart to the back of Reisnecker, and there's the potential that that was in the back of the head. We've not gotten a look at it again up in the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth, but that's what's being reviewed right now. So again, they're typically a little bit more inclined to toss a major penalty on it because that means that the officials can bring out the iPad and get some more looks at it, some better looks, and be more informed before they make the final decision on it. If they just say it's a minor penalty for cross-checking, then it comes out after the game, they get their own look at it and say, oh boy, that should have been a major penalty. It's more difficult to do that than say, hey, let's call it a major now and review it. And if we're wrong, we can knock it back down to a minor. 11:32 here in the second period. And this could be a pretty big turning point in this hockey game for Saginaw. They've not played poorly here. However, they do trail 2-0 off of a power play goal to the Ice Dogs and a pretty unfortunate giveaway on the part of Jacob Gluche. And I do believe that Bodie Stewart's going to stay in the game. Nick Isaacson, the referee, flashing 2 fingers back over to the Spirit bench in a sigh of relief. It's a minor penalty to Bodie Stewart for cross-checking. Third Stormmaster Exteriors penalty kill here for Saginaw. Down 2-0 midway through the second. They get the puck back out. Here to start their third PK. from the defensive end. Ryerson Edgar has the 2-0 goal here in this contest. Patterson, Rosada over the line, waiting. Jakub Chromiak throws it over to Ryerson Edgar. That one broken up by Nikita Klepov, and up with Dima Zhilkin into the neutral zone. Klepov and Zhilkin, the only two Spirit players with multiple short-handed goals. Now a nice move by Klepov to duck wide. He's going to snap a sharp angle shot that goes over the shoulder of Robertson. And he'll ride the glass all the way around. Ethan Zada into the offensive end for Edgar. Pulled away. Now Barabanov flicks it back out to neutral ice. Jakub Chromiak is on things here for Niagara. Almost halfway through the Bodie Stewart penalty already. Onto the stick of Riley Patterson. Swoops deep in the Niagara zone. Bumps with Barabanov. Now in with a lot of speed is Chromiak. That shot fought off by Shurigan. Hit him up high. Rebound chance and a great blocker save. Shurigan trying to shrug that shot off. Ice Dogs hold the puck in the offensive end. At the point, Chromiak, who let that heavy shot go. Shurigan is still trying to shrug off that right shoulder. Chromiak there for Patterson. Off the skate of Chromiak and a fortunate bounce. Stepan Shurigan's got his right arm all the way down at his ankle. Hopefully just trying to stretch things out. 31 to go on this Niagara power play. Hao Shi Vong in for Patterson, a shot and into the glove. Stepan Shurigan makes the save. Gets a little flyby from Ethan Zada. And he's able to take a little skate. 9:57 here in the second period. That is a heavy wrist shot from Jakub Chromiak. And Shurigan continuing to favor that right arm. He's going to shake it off. He'll stay in the game. I'd imagine, though, that there's going to be an ice pack under that chest protector coming up in the second period, or the second intermission. He's got some business to take care of first. Hao Shi Vong over to Niagara's Barnes. Back to Vong. The one-time shot goes off the heel of his stick and into the corner. Vong gets it back again now for Hayden Reed in the near side wall. Back to Hao Shi Vong. At the point, lost the puck, gets it back and throws it down the boards. Doherty right onto the stick of Jacob Kluche. Back up into the neutral zone. He's got two Ice Dogs in front of him. Out of the box comes Bodie Stewart. Jacob Kluche continues the attack. The Spirit have killed off that penalty. Back at full strength, trailing Niagara 2-0. Now here's a chance. Lots of speed down the left side. The shot gets handcuffed by Reed as Brody Papoy came back to knock that away. Blake Barnes takes over for Niagara in the neutral zone. Nate Smith tosses that one back in. Ice Dogs get a line change. Braden Jones, the long stretch pass. Saginaw looking for some offense here. They've been held largely off the score or the shot board. Only got one shot here in the second period. This comes back into their own end. Doherty throws the hit on Levi Harper. Puck comes back out to neutral ice. Ivan Galyanov stumbles. This puck firing back in. Braden Jones throws the hit on Chase Hall. Jones, the seventh defenseman tonight here for Saginaw. Lays the backhanded pass up the wall for Sawyer Schmidt. Trying to take a run at him was Ray Smith. And Smith took the worst of it. Here's Jones again. At the red line. Fires it back in behind the goaltender, Robertson. Snaps it back up and along the wall. Can't be kicked by Levi Harper to keep it alive. And a rolling puck will be swatted away from Braden Jones by Chase Hall, rather. Hall knocked into the wall. Back in the Spirit end. It comes up to the right point. Reisnecker there for Ivan Galyanov. Pressured by Sawyer Schmidt. Galyanov just inside the offensive zone. Spins that one off the wall. Grayson Tiller goes after it here for Niagara. For Reed, now Reisnecker, right circle. Down to the corner. He drifts and throws a shot towards the net. Shurigan makes the save. Handcuffed him a little bit, but he's able to make the stop. And Brody Papoy is going to come over and tell Ben Reisnecker to get lost. 7:58 here in the second period. It stays a 2-0 Niagara lead. A couple of close calls there. Again, shots in this second period. 7-1 in favor of the home team. Jensen Geldart will take this face-off against Alexander Hay. A couple of right shot centers going for the draw. To the left of Stepan Shurigan. 50-50 puck knocked back here by the Ice Dogs. Blake Barnes sends it back in. James go to pick things up. Stapled to the boards by Haig. Saginaw tries to get it out. Hanrahan was handcuffed. Reed put it onto the stick of Saginaw's Geldart. Here they come. Ryan Hanrahan lays it back in. Jensen Geldart gets there first for the Spirit. Has his pocket picked, though. Blake Barnes on it for the Ice Dogs. Off the glass, out to center. Bouncing puck ends up back in behind Stepan Shurigan's goal line. Xander Valeris closed off on his hit by Hayden Reed. James Go up the wall. Here's Ryan Hanrahan to pick things up. Backhanded pass, cross ice. Does get over to Xander Valeris. And he's just able to fire it back in behind the Niagara net. Maybe a steal. Hanrahan's on this puck looking for Geldart. Bodie Stewart in front again. Can't find that centering pass. Up to the left point. Valeris on through and off the far side wall. Picked up by James Go. This is Valeris again. From the neutral zone. Around off the stick of Robertson. Bouncing puck. At the right point. James Go. Off the far boards again. Jensen Geldart. Snapped it down to the goal line. Stewart, nice pass in front. Nobody was home to receive it. Now the Ice Dogs. Ryerson Edgar. Out to center ice. Poked around Josh Glavin by Reed. But James Go on things here for the Spirit. Pass Klepov off the skate of the linesman. Here comes Niagara again. Noah Reed. Shouldered at the line. Dimas Yilkin gets it out to center ice. Barabanov trying to steal from Chromiak. Klepov's on it. Here he comes into the offensive zone. Klepov trying to slide one there for Josh Glavin. Pocket is picked. Ethan Zada back the other way for Niagara. Intercepted by Klepov. Throws it off the boards looking for Barabanov. Noah Reed gets it back. Down into the corner. Top line's going head-to-head here. Riley Patterson just inside the offensive blue line. 6:10 to go in the second period. Shot gets blocked by Zhilkin. Barabanov down the right side. Klepov's got some speed. Chromiak, the last man back. Nice move by Klepov. Throws it in front. Broken play. Barabanov can't get to it. Kept alive, though. Barnes has it for Saginaw. Sweeps a shot that goes wide. Off the end wall. Harper can't keep it alive. Took a stick up high here from Patterson and a penalty coming. Patterson's going to shoot the puck in frustration. He's going to get right in the grill of the official. 5:50 left in the second. Saginaw to the power play. Down 2-0. We're back in a moment here in your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you're ready for checking that earns interest and gives you perks, Merc Perks Plus from Mercantile Bank is here. With a competitive interest rate and perks like travel services, cashback rewards, and identity protection, Merc Perks Plus has everything you need for your busy lifestyle. Merc Perks Plus also offers discounts on consumer loans and access to almost 40,000 fee-free MoneyPass ATMs. So when you're ready for perks, Merc is here. Learn more at mercbank.com/mercperksplus. Member FDIC.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
4-minute double minor is on the board. Niagara's Riley Patterson. August acquisition from the Barrie Colts. He's been their best player this season. 75 points in 52 games coming into this contest. But Patterson sits in the penalty box right now after a high stick on Saginaw's Levi Harper, and a crossroad opportunity for the Spirit now. After trailing and being heavily outshot in this game, they get a chance on the IBEW Local 557 power play. They're second of the game, and they're chased back out to the neutral zone to start. Levi Harper for Klepov. The top unit is out here for Chris Lazary to start the power play. Barabanov on the far wall for Levi Harper. Back over. This is Klepov along the right wing boards, given back to him by Barabanov. Barabanov in the corner now. Up high for Harper. Takes a shot into traffic, blocked on its way through. Barabanov's on the rebound. Back up to the right point, Harper. Now left point, there's Klepov. He'll switch spots. Klepov drifting. Back to the right circle where he typically hangs out on the power play. Through the seam, he was looking for Zhilkin. Ice Dogs read that one a little too well. It hit the linesman. Snapped off the linesman by Wraith Smith. That'll be a bruise. But the Ice Dogs do finish the clear, and they get it back in behind Shurigan. Levi Harper drops the puck back for Igor Barabanov. It's rolling on him. Sweeps over. Dimas Zhilkin can't pick it up with speed, but he does get into the offensive zone. 3 black sweaters quickly to him, and the penalty killers fire that out past Jacob Kluche. 2:51 on Saginaw's second IBEW Local 557 power play in the game. 4.5 to go in the second period. They trail Niagara 2-0. And Reed will steal here in the Saginaw end, shorthanded. This is Hayden Reed down below the goal line. As the second power play unit comes on, he's going to pin this puck to the wall for as long as he can. Harper and Geldart get the pickaxes out and bring the puck out. Hanrahan up for Levi Harper. Into the skate of Hanrahan. Carson Harmer gets it in deep. Ice Dogs fire it back out. Chris Lazary is barking from the bench right now, trying to get Levi Harper off the ice. This one thrown back in. Down below the goal line. Saginaw on the offensive end. Still 2:10 on the power play. Almost halfway through the double minor. James Go at the center point for Hanrahan. James Go down the right side. Papoy Broken up, but the puck gets through to Carson Harmer in the corner. On the goal line, in front, here's a chance. Hanrahan from the circle. That one blocked on its way through by Liam Spencer. And that puck gunned out by the Ice Dog penalty killers. James Go up the near side. This is Harper to toss it back in. Glove down by the Ice Dog penalty killers again. It's all the way down onto the goal stick of Stepan Shurigan. Throws this one back up. Good stretch pass onto the tape of Kluche here. Grayson Tiller shoulders him. This is back in behind the Ice Dog goal line. 90 seconds left on the high-sticking double minor to Patterson. Niagara throws this one off the glove of Stepan Shurigan. Knocks it down. They get out of danger. Levi Harper drops it back to Zhilkin again. Top guys are out. Zhilkin over the line, finding Nikita Klepov. Back up at the point. Levi Harper, near side. One-timer by Kluche and a left pad save made by Robertson. Two finest saves of the game, both against Jacob Kluche. Here's Gallianoff back short-handed, broken up by Harper. Now it's taken away by Saginaw's Klepov. The drop pass back. Levi Harper at center red. Harper dances into the zone. Over to Igor Barabanov. Saginaw getting set up here on the power play. 48 seconds left on it. They trail 2-0 here. Late second period. Harper over. Klepov to the middle. Zhilkin was watched. And the Ice Dogs will clear it out again. Stepan Shurigan. Well, it looked like he wanted to drop it off at the bottom of the circle. Thought better of it as Hayden Reed was in on him. Zhilkin up for Barabanov. Less than 30 to go on the power play. He's into the offensive zone. And Barabanov has his pocket picked on a hit there from Hao Shi Vong. He will bring it in himself. Back to the Spirit end. Short-handed. He scores. An outstanding individual effort. Hao Shi Vong makes it 3-0. And things starting to get a little bit out of hand here for Saginaw. That's great individual effort by a 6'5" second-round NHL pick. But still, that's a tough pill to swallow on the Saginaw side of things. As Barabanov just clips a skate going into the offensive zone. Vong picks it up. Straight line speed into the offensive zone. Lowers the shoulder on Kluche. Pulls it to the middle. And it's off the left arm of Stepan Shurigan and in. Ice Dogs make it 3-0 on a shorthanded goal. Blake Barnes off the near wall. Ryan Hanrahan from center for Stewart. Geldart has a chance in the slot. That one snapped off a body and out of play. As Chromiak let that go. Chromiak got the block on it. That's 2 unassisted goals in this hockey game for the Niagara Ice Dogs. Hao Shi Vong, shorthanded marker, and Ryan Edgars. There will be perhaps a long discussion in the Spirit dressing room coming up in the second intermission, as the chances they have in the first have not been there in the second. Jensen Geldart tries to battle forward here off this offensive zone faceoff. Bodie Stewart comes away with it. Rolling puck, going to roll up on him and flip over his stick. This one comes out to neutral ice. Stepan Shurigan will let it go. Handled by Glavin. Blake Barnes gets it around the wall for Stewart. Just kept in front of himself by Hanrahan. Only to be taken away by Riley Patterson. Off of Hanrahan. Thrown back in. This is Barnes. Back in the Spirit end. Looking there for Glavin. Patterson comes down. Steals from him. Hanrahan gets it up the wall. Geldart there for Stewart. These guys have to get off for a change. Stewart, pocket pick at the red line. Barnes gets in. Fires the puck in. And it's in and out of the glove of Robertson. Saginaw tries to sneak a line change. Final minute here of the second. Saginaw trailing 3-0. Up at the right point. Kept alive by Saginaw's Roscoe. Brody Papoy knocked off this one at the right point. Kluche filling in. Walks across. Put it into the skate to James Go. Go keeps it alive. Dumps it off. Here's Kluche down the left wing boards now. Looking in front. Broken play. Never got to the front of the net. Patterson gets it out. Flipped up and away by Doherty. It's James Go to pick things up in front of Shurigan with 34 to go. That goes off Drew Roscoe. Kept alive by the glove of Reed. Snaps a shot. Blocked by Roscoe again. And it's gloved down by Harmer. Saginaw's just got to get back into the intermission here. They flip the puck back into Niagara real estate. Settled down by Papoy. 20 seconds left in the period. Ice Dogs take it away. There's a hit by Carson Harmer. Kept this puck alive. Moves it there to Jacob Kluche with 13. Takes a shot. Save made by Robertson. And Papoy looking for the rebound. Has the attention of Jakob Chromiak. Almost a couple of bad bounces that put the puck back in the Spirit net. Instead, 10.4 left in this second period. I have an offensive zone face-off down 3-0. They've not been able to get a ton of chances. To this point in the game, they are outshot 13-11. 4 shots on goal here in the second period for Saginaw. Puck up the near side. Dimas Yilkin can't keep it alive after the Ice Dogs take the face-off. That's it for the second. James Go and Liam Spencer have a couple of extra words, but the Spirit back in the dressing room they'll go. Chris Lasry's been animated here in the second period. He continues to be so as the team makes its way off the bench to go back down the tunnel. There will be some conversation in the Saginaw dressing room coming up in the intermission. We've got some conversation for you as well. After all, that's why we're here. Jonathan Dent ready for you back in the studio. We'll take a break. Second intermission report coming up in a moment here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Mid-Michigan Canine Academy's Redemption Crew loves Saginaw and the surrounding communities who have blessed us so much, and we are concerned about the epidemic of rehome dogs and dogs left at shelters. If your dog is a handful, or if you're thinking about rehoming your dog, let us help you with its behavioral challenges. Our 7-day doggy boot camp can help. Not all dogs are as fortunate as Henry the Hockey Dog, but they all deserve a second chance. Give us a call at Mid-Michigan Canine Academy and let us help you transform your dog's behavior and your life.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Kathy Taffel to create your personal price plan today. Garber Ford is proud to serve Bay City with the same customer service the Great Lakes Bay region has come to expect since 1907. Our Ford team of experts you know and trust are dedicated to making your experience even better. And your vehicle is serviced by factory-trained technicians with the highest standards. We have everything you need, even tires. Get it all at Garber Ford. Come see us in Bay City at the intersection of Euclid, Wilder, and Better. Online at GarberFordBayCity.com.
As a business, a roof over your head is just as important as the products you create. At Versatile Flat Roofing, our membrane roofs have provided safety and security to businesses in the Great Lakes Bay region for over 10 years. Our quality of production in low-sloped flat roofing systems made Versatile Flat Roofing the 2024 Michigan Elite Contractor of the Year. With more than 1,500 roofs installed and 75% of clients coming from repeats and referrals, customer satisfaction is at the heart of the job. For more information on keeping the roof over your head safe and secure, visit VersatileFlatRoofing.com today. That's VersatileFlatRoofing.com.
It's time for your intermission report. In the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, here is Jonathan Dent.
A much more eventful second period sees the Ice Dogs score even strength on the power play and one short-handed for a 3-0 lead after 40 minutes. Let's take a look back at that second frame, brought to you by Raymond. Empower your purpose. It was a scoreless tie heading in with both teams coming out a little bit of zip, looking for a leg up after a more quiet first. Holding on Saginaw's Blake Barnes puts Niagara up a man at 2 minutes, 29 seconds amid an Ice Dogs push. They got it moving around the perimeter, and Sean Doherty takes a shot from the top of the left circle. Noah Reed pulls the rebound around Shurigan and scores to make it 1-0.
Down for Noah Reed with a lane to the net that was taken away by Xander Valeris. Could have been cashed in on right in front. Now instead the shot into traffic through. Doherty took the shot. Reed got the deflection on it.
Hao Shivong with the secondary assist on that one. 5 minutes, 5 seconds. A little dust up along the boards sends Zada and Klepov to the box. They exchange roughing penalties, and it's 4-on-4. Pretty early in that, James Go lets a shot go from the point. It's deflected, and Robertson falls over on with his glove to get onto the puck, which is loose in the crease.
To hold off Brody Boyd, but they get it back up to the left point. Go the shot, redirected in front of Robertson. He's got to sprawl backwards to get the glove on top.
Levi Harper and Hayden Reed exchange roughing penalties after that play. 4-on-4 continues, and as things even back up, a dropped puck at the Ice Dogs blue line is nabbed by Ryerson Edgar. He takes it all the way down, flips it in on the backhand to make it 2-0.
Stepping towards the middle, had a bit of room. Ice Dogs take it away. Kluchek drops the puck right onto the tape. Here for Ryerson Edgar. It's a breakaway. He scores!
7 minutes, 6 seconds, the time of the goal there. Bodie Stewart, not too long after, takes a cross-checking penalty. Ice Dogs get their third power play of the evening. Stefan Shurigan makes a couple fantastic saves with the shoulder, blocking a heavy shot off a zone entry from Jakub Kromiak on the glove side. Then he shuts down the follow-up from Zada on the other side.
Deep in the Niagara zone, bumps with Barabanov. Now in with a lot of speed is Kromiak. That shot fought off by Shurigan, hit him up high. Rebound chance and a great blocker save. Shurigan trying to shrug that shot off.
The Spirit put together some nice chances through a couple of shifts as things even back up. They get a power play at an opportune time. It's a double minor for high sticking to Riley Patterson, 14 minutes, 10 seconds. The Spirit worked the perimeter, but some good clearing and forechecking kills off the first 2 minutes for the Ice Dogs. And Saginaw struggles to really break in during that second 2-minute power play. And at 17:57, while shorthanded, Hao Shivong grabs a loose puck near his own blue line, takes it all the way down the right side before cutting in and scoring to extend the lead to 3-0.
From Hao Shivong. He will bring it in himself. Back to the Spirit end. Short-handed. He scores. An outstanding individual effort. Hao Shivong makes it 3-0.
And 3-0 it stays despite a late Spirit push that saw some good opportunities in the offensive end. Saginaw only 4 shots on net in the second period to Niagara's 9, a game total of 13-11. A relatively low shooting game, at least through the first 40 minutes here. The Spirit 0 for 3 on the power play. Niagara 1 for 3 with a shorthanded goal in the mix as well. Scoring in the second, Noah Reed's 10th of the season, assisted by Doherty and Barnes. That's the Niagara Ice Dogs number 72, Blake Barnes, while on the power play. Ryerson Edgar unassisted, and then Hao Shivong unassisted shorthanded. A quick break. When we come back, Dylan and I break down that middle frame a little bit more for you here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Your active life depends on healthy muscles, bones, and joints. When pain arises, My Michigan Health is your go-to place. Our comprehensive musculoskeletal team offers the latest in surgical and non-surgical treatments and includes experts in specialized orthopedics and sports medicine. Whether your pain originates from your knee, hip, hand, elbow, shoulder, ankle, or foot, our experts can help. With more than 50 providers across 21 locations in central and northern Michigan, we're dedicated to keeping you active. Learn more at mymichigan.org/MSK.
As proud sponsors of the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Team, the Barb Smith Suicide Resource and Response Network invite you to join us in supporting the players in our community. Our mission is to prevent suicide through education, advocacy, connection to resources, and support for those impacted by suicide. Visit us at srrn.net. That's srrn.net to learn more about our programs and events. Let's go Spirit!
Disability Network Mid-Michigan promotes and encourages independence for all people with disabilities. Our vision is to create accessible and inclusive communities where everyone has opportunities to live the life they choose. Whether you're looking for a job, skills to become self-sufficient, trying to find the right assistive technology, or know someone who wants to move out of a nursing facility, we are here for you. Contact Disability Network Mid-Michigan today, the disability experts in your community.
Looking for an easier way to travel? Fly from MBS International Airport, conveniently located in the heart of the Great Lakes Bay region. No long lines, simple to get around, and for the best deals, always book directly at mbsairport.org, with Delta and United providing access to wherever you want to fly. MBS is putting the world right outside your door. MBS International Airport. Save time and money and fly from nearby. Visit mbsairport.org.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey is WSGW.
3-0, the Ice Dogs lead it after 2 periods of play as we bring in from the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth, Dylan Clark. Dylan, a much different conversation here after the second period than what we saw in the first. In the first, Saginaw had the possession for most of it. They spent a lot of that time in the offensive end. Things have really been flipped on their heads here in the second 20 minutes.
Yeah, Jonathan, that was a very different-looking team. That was a very different-looking second period. The Spirit have been held to just 3 shots in a second period twice. They managed a 4th shot on goal in that second period here tonight, which is better, but still not very good from a shot creation standpoint. And these are actually 2 of the lowest generating teams. Saginaw averaging 28.2 shots a game, which is 19th. Niagara 28.4, which is 18th. So 2 teams that don't generate a lot of shots on the average have not generated a lot of shots in this game. For whatever that's worth. I mean, the Ice Dogs, what they care about is the fact that they've got 3 goals on the board right now. Saginaw's got to change something in a hurry because the good habits, the speed that they had in the first, it was pretty much neutralized in the second.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the Spirit style because, yes, they are pretty low shooting, but as we've heard time and time again from the coaching staff, their style is to shoot off of movement, shoot off of passes. And the passes in that second period just weren't there. I look at the drop pass at the top of the zone that ends up in the back of the Spirit net as a prime example. But even on the power play, they're sending passes through the center, through traffic that just aren't finding their marks.
Yeah, no, you know what? That drop pass by Cloutier that ends up as the second Niagara goal, that might end up being the perfect summary of this night here for Saginaw. You hope that it's not. Sometimes they can get away with those things. And that's part of what's makes this team so exciting to watch and what's brought them success this year. But other times it comes back to bite them. And if a team has studied them, like clearly the Ice Dogs and their coaching staff have, they know to look out for those things. So, you know what, those sort of mistakes can happen. And you mentioned the power play specifically. You know, the Spirit have really been favoring that pass to Dimas Yilkin right in between the hash marks. He's in the bumper spot, as they call that on the power play. They're looking for that bumper pass to Yilkin. Typically, they can feed him all night long. They have the passing ability between all the other guys that are out there on the power play. They can usually kind of pass the puck around at will around most teams that they've seen over the last little while. They are reading that bumper pass to Yilkin like a book, and the Spirit haven't been able to adjust to that. Now, their second power play unit came out and had some opportunities, but they weren't able to generate a ton of shots, clearly. I mean, they've only had 4 in that second period. They spent 4 minutes on the power play. They haven't been able to generate any shots on the man advantage. I would expect maybe one more power play here for Saginaw in this game, and they might have to accept that bumper pass to Yilkin isn't open, which is fine because of the other names that you've got out there in other positions. Like, let's not kid ourselves. That's not the only way that the Spirit can score power play goals is by feeding Dimas Yilkin in the bumper. But right now, they've got to use one of those other options because that doesn't appear to be there, at least not so far.
Saginaw, in the first period, this was very evident. It showed up a couple times in the second period as well. They're being allowed to work that perimeter whenever they get set up in the offensive end. Do we look at a player like a James Go who likes to take shots from the point and try and see something follow up, or is it just a matter of grinding things out and trying to break into those dangerous places in order to get on the board?
Well, it might be both
some combination of both.
Yeah, I was just saying I don't want to. I want to be careful with how I answer this because it's a fine line. I think the knee-jerk reaction is to say, well, they got to stop being so picky with their shots and just shoot from anywhere. And I mean, I think the greatest example, we just had that on Saturday night. Like the Peterborough Petes took 47 shots on Stepan Shugan. Now, were some of them dangerous? Absolutely. Were some of them maybe sneaky, a little bit more dangerous than you would have anticipated? Yeah. But at the same time, they were shooting from anywhere, and their quality of chances, it wasn't that great. And Saginaw was able to, step on Shurigan, save. The defenseman take care of the rebound because there's nobody else around, and they're in transition. I don't know that, on the Saginaw side of things, you just say, all right, well, we'll shoot from anywhere, and that'll change things because this is a team that picks its shot quality carefully. It looks for the highest danger chances they can manufacture. That being said, maybe just a little bit less choosy. Maybe James Go just says, you know what, let's find a lane through traffic. Again, what did we say was one of the greatest skills that Zane Parekh possessed that you can't really put a number to? getting pucks through traffic from the top of the zone where it looked like there was no room at all. Doesn't have to be James Go. It can be anybody, but it's got to be somebody. They got to start getting things through.
Absolutely. On the defensive side, physicality picking up as well. We'll hear more of that, I'm sure, as we move into the third period. It's a 3-0 lead for the Ice Dogs. Dylan, as always, thank you for your time. We'll take a look at our out-of-town scores after this on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Find space at Frankenmuth Spring Hill Suites, where you can savor your time away with the little extras that are included. Each studio suite features extra room to spread out when on the road with your family or your team. Airy beds are piled high with pillows for that little bit of extra comfort. And an innovative 3-in-1 trundle sofa provides even more sleeping options. Book your next stay at Spring Hill Suites by Marriott, where every room is more than a room.
From making athletic footwear stronger and lighter to powering the future of electric racing vehicles, material science and R&D are the MVPs of innovation. At Dow, we collaborate with customers and partners to tackle a wide range of sports product challenges with cutting-edge advancements in technology. Dow's innovations can help to improve performance and sustainability throughout the world of sports. Dow, at the intersection of sports and science.
Henry the Hockey Dog loves food and he loves people, which is why Rescue Ministries is partnering with Henry to provide 5,000 meals to our homeless neighbors. It costs $3 to provide a warm meal at the mission, and Henry is asking for your help. Right, Henry? Text Henry 2025 to 50155 to make a donation. Century 21 Signature Realty also cares and is willing to match your donation right now. Help Henry provide a meal and consider donating today.
Your region, your team. You're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
3-0 the lead for the Niagara Ice Dogs heading into the third period as we take a look at our out-of-town scores presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. In Barrie, the Brantford Bulldogs are out to a 4-3 lead over the Colts. The Colts took the lead early in the second period through the first half, but 2 goals from the Bulldogs have them out to that lead. A 3-2 lead for the North Bay Battalion over the visiting Oshawa Generals going into the third period. And closing out the second period, it's still a scoreless tie between the Ottawa 67s and the Peterborough Petes. Ottawa leads on the shot count 25-18. Another break. When we come back, third period action between the Spirit and the Ice Dogs here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
Yeah, I know. It's officially still winter out there, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun in the sun. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea knows how to turn up your day drinking fun all year long. I mean, there's even a sun on those bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea is made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol, which goes down smooth. So whether you're knee-deep in snow or making footprints in the sand, be sure to look for Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in the bright yellow cans. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
If you're a homeowner, you have plenty to think about, like cleaning the gutters, investigating that banging noise, deciding which flowers to plant this year. One thing about being a homeowner you can think less about, questions about home insurance when you have State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is there to help you understand your coverage options and choose the protection that meets your needs, so you can focus on your home, and we'll focus on helping protect it.
Contact State Farm agent Scott Seaman to create your personal price plan today.
We're Durolast. We make the world's best roof. As one of the country's largest roofing manufacturers, we have locations across North America. But for more than 40 years, Saginaw has been our home. Like Saginaw, Durolast has a can-do, never-quit attitude. And just like Saginaw, our people make us strong. Innovative, resilient. That's the spirit of Saginaw. That's Durolast, the world's best roof.
This is Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Third period action here between the Saginaw Spirit and the Niagara Ice Dogs. The home team here inside the Meridian Center has a 3-0 lead. 5-on-5 to start the third. Saginaw's got some work to do. It'll be Jakob Chromiak to control off the center ice faceoff here for Niagara. Swung over to Liam Spencer and up the near side. That pass goes off the skate. Noah Reed got the scoring started on a power play goal in the second period. Dima Zhilkin looks over on this puck for Saginaw, fires it back in behind the Ice Dogs net. Now Klepov walking towards the middle, left the puck off his stick, however. Noah Reed takes over here for Niagara. Cross-ice pass up through center ice. This is Ethan Zada, stepped into by Levi Harper. Pass high in the offensive zone for the Ice Dogs. Noah Reed lays it down for Patterson. Cross-ice off the wall. Chromiak on a bouncing puck. He's pursued by Barabanov. Try to twist that one in front, and the shot by Zada goes off bodies and into the glass. 50 seconds gone here in the third period. Ice Dogs keep the puck alive. Up 3-0 here on Saginaw. Patterson hit by James Go. Barabanov off the glass. Past his captain, Zhilkin at center. Spencer takes it away. This is Zada to fire it back in. And in behind the Saginaw net, James Go got turned around. Ice Dogs take over. This is Patterson. Up high. Top of the zone. Takes a shot. That one glances off Tiller. Picked up by Barabanov. Wants to move it there to Zhilkin on a bouncing puck. He's got Ice Dogs in his face. He's going to throw this puck up to center ice. There's Ryerson Edgar. Taken away by the Ice Dogs. Here they come again. Reed snaps a shot. Shurigan the save. Hangs on with 18:33 here in the final regulation period. And maybe some frustration on the Saginaw bench. Even keel so far. We mentioned it. That second period had been the most animated that we'd seen Chris Lazary in a while in the midst of a period. And I'm reminded of a game in Kingston back in 2022-23. We referenced this game a lot. Saginaw came out very flat against the Kingston Frontenacs. Found out after the game that Chris Lazary more so lit up the dressing room during the intermission. The Spirit came out and won that game. But he mentioned you got about one of those every year where you can really go in and kind of scream the paint off the walls. I would be interested to see if that's what happened in the second intermission here tonight as the Spirit trail 3-0. 18-18 to go in the third. They're battling for the puck in the corner. Bouncing puck back in behind Stepan Shurigan. Chase Hull keeps things alive for the Ice Dogs. Back at the right point. This is there. Blake Barnes now for Hao Shi Wang. One shot goes off the body and turned out with the right pad by Shurigan. It tipped off Carson Harmer. Now he's got it back the other direction. Harmer down the boards. Taken into the wall there by Hao Shi Vong. And sandwiched there between Vong and Smith was Popoy. Kluche down the far wall in behind the net for Harmer. Wanted to send that puck in front. Vong was hard on it. Harmer can't make the play. Back out at center. It goes off of maybe a player on the Ice Dog bench. Maybe one of the photographers between the benches. 17:42 here in this third period. I think that did go off one of the photographers in between the benches. Fixing their hair right now. That could be a close call. Offensive zone face-off here for Saginaw. Geldart, Hanrahan, Stewart. Ice Dogs win the draw. To the boards. Tiller for Reed. Down the left wing, trying to go back through the middle. Drew Roscoe will take out Ryerson Edgar. Now it's Bodie Stewart off the wall, and looking over the other shoulder was Ryan Hanrahan. So the Ice Dogs throw this puck back out at center. Valeris, pass cut off by Reed. Taken away, though, and thrown back behind the Ice Dog net by Jensen Geldart. Goaltender Robertson turns it up along the wall. Geldart battling for it. This is Reisnecker back in the far corner. Up past the stick of Haig, and it's taken by Xander Valeris in the neutral zone. Finds Jensen Geldart on a drop pass. Stewart looking in front there for Hanrahan. The tip in the low slot just goes high. Valeris throws a grenade cross ice that Roscoe can't handle. Back to the neutral zone it comes. Valeris for Geldart. Has to work his way into the offensive zone. Grayson Tiller for Liam Spencer. Back to Tiller. Line changes have come and gone. Riley Patterson as the top line comes back out for both squads. Tiller swings this one back in here for Niagara. It's back in behind the net of Stepan Shurigan, where it's James goes to try and handle. Up the wall, Ice Dog steal. Patterson all alone. They score. Simple play. From behind the net, up the boards to the middle. Two Ice Dogs are in between the dots against one Spirit defenseman. 16-28 here in the third. The Ice Dogs lead it 4-0 off Patterson. 36th goal of the year. And it does not get much simpler than that on the Niagara side of things. Still lots of hockey left here in the third, but things spiraling out of control for Saginaw. Ice Dogs are very much in control of this hockey game. Jakob Kromiak in behind his net. Patterson off the wall. Braden Jones comes down to hit Zada. Reed. Now the frustrated hits are coming here from the Spirit. James Go being sent back and forth between a couple of Ice Dogs. Barabanov can't get into the zone. Zilkin does. But Zilkin is offside. Ethan Zada has the only assist. Patterson goal that's made it 4-0. Only 3 assists between the 4 goals that have been scored in this game. Sean Doherty and Niagara's Blake Barnes on the Noah Reed goal. A couple of unassisted markers, one at 4-on-4, one shorthanded. And Riley Patterson, that's the only true 5-on-5 even strength goal we've had in this game. Power play, 4-on-4, shorthanded. Now an even strength here by the Ice Dogs as they lead at 4-0. And they throw a deflected puck in on Shurigan that he bobbles, but smacks out of danger with the goal stick. Igor Barabanov back around. Braden Jones gets taken into the wall. Dima Zilkin back up for James Gone. It's laid up and ahead. Too far from Igor Barabanov. Jakob Kromiak pursued by Barabanov in behind the Ice Dogs net. Kromiak stops and throws it there to Liam Spencer. Up the near side looking for Zada. That cannot be handled. And it goes down for an icing with 15:31 to go here in the third. First of an important 3-game road trip here for Saginaw. Their final long road swing. About 5 hours on the bus from Saginaw to St. Catharines yesterday. They'll go a couple more hours on the bus to see Brantford tomorrow. And it's back over to Erie. And you get a mixed bag. Team in similar standing to them tonight in Niagara. The best team in the league, perhaps, in the Brantford Bulldogs tomorrow. And the Erie Otters bringing up the rear in the Western Conference on Sunday afternoon. You think that this game and the Erie game are the two that you circle the most and say, okay, let's make sure we get 2 points here. Down 4-0 right now. 15 to go here in the third period. Backhanded in by Doherty. Saginaw's Barnes up and over to Liam Storch, who turns it back around. 11 forward, 7 defensemen tonight here for Saginaw. No Brody Najim, no Uri Rauja, and no Tyson Ackerman. Each of them healthy scratches. Sawyer Schmidt back through neutral territory. Makes a heavy check there. He got a hit up high from Hao Shivong as he fired that puck around, and here come the Ice Dogs on the other direction. Long snap back in by Jacob Bunks. Around pass, Stepan Shurigan in behind the net. Papoy for Roscoe. Up through center. Keeps on going. Pocket picked. Wraith Smith sends it in deep. Glavin off the boards. He's going to find Bodie Stewart. Up through neutral ice. Here comes Stewart with some speed. Walks in. Shoots. That's blocked by Tillard. Stewart's got his rebound, though. Down low for Papoy. Wraparound chance and a pad save by Robertson. Papoy's got his rebound, though. Papoy out of the corner. 2 Ice Dogs on him. Geldart. Puck support in the corner. Uses the wall. Gets to Drew Roscoe and hits a right in the ice. Pops right over his stick. Roscoe gets drilled off the wall. That is a tough collision. Now the Ice Dogs in front. They're going to send that one wide on Shurigan. Roscoe's trying to get his bearings right now. More on that hit in a moment as here comes Bodie Stewart. Down the left wing he goes. Takes a sharp angle try off the outside of the cage, and he pokes back in front. This one off the glass. Back out at center. Levi Harper, glove down by Stewart. In the neutral zone. Back up the right side. Here's Carson Harmer. 13.5 to go in the third. Saginaw down 4-0. Harmer spins into the corner. He gets taken down by Grayson Tiller. Jacob Cloutier there to help him out. Ryerson Edgar fishing after it with the stick. 2 against 2. Cloutier against Tiller. Harmer leaves the pile, trying to come back in, get a better angle. Finally, it's pulled back out of the pile by Edgar. James Go. Slipped off the boards for Nikita Klepov. High in the offensive end. Klepov weaving into the right wing circle. Backhanded pass in front, shut down. Cloutier, turnaround chance saved by Robertson. The puck is underneath a bunch of bodies. Maybe one of them's the goaltender. And there's a penalty coming. 12:58 left in the third period. They will pull the pile apart. We'll see who's going to the penalty box. We're back in a moment. 4-0 Ice Dogs here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
When you go Great Lakes Bay in Michigan, lose yourself in nature and find yourself at peace. Soak up the stillness of winter on glistening trails or glide along an outdoor ice rink. Take charming carriage rides through snowy streets Embrace the magic of the season and warm up with comfort food and handcrafted beverages. There are moments of pure greatness all around if we linger long enough to soak them in. Find yours at gogreat.com.
Hi, this is Carson Armour, and you're listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on 100.5 WSGW.
Grayson Tiller is in the penalty box for a roughing call. That sends Saginaw to their third IBW Local 557 power play in this game. Unsuccessful through 2 tries. They've surrendered a shorthanded goal. They trail in this game 4-0. We spoke about it during the intermission report. We'll see what changes here as the personnel look to have changed. Barabanov, Klepov, Harmer, Klupche, and Jilkin. So James Go comes off the top power play. Chris Lazar goes to 5 forwards. There's your answer. Jilkin wins the draw. Klupche for Barabanov, back and forth just inside the line. Jilkin to Barabanov, center point. Jilkin in the circle now. Now rotates. There's Klupche into the dot. Barabanov left point. Down low again. Klupche handcuffed a little bit. Liam Spencer pulls it out. Puts it onto the tape of Galyanov. Stolen back again now by the captain. Taken there and fired down the ice as Galyanov did get a stick on it. Stepan Shurigan's got to make the play off the boards. Finds Nikita Klepov. Nearly coughed that up. As right on him was Wraith Smith. Klepov drops this puck off in between the dots for Barabanov. The drop pass is there. Klepov sends it back over. Jilkin hits the offensive blue line. 119 on the power play. Klupche for Barabanov. Over. Harmer, goal line. Goes back up high. Barabanov near side. One-timer by Klepov. Great save. Robertson the rebound. Couldn't be put back in front by Klupche. Ice Dogs clear. Spirit touch up. Halfway through the Tiller penalty for roughing. Jilkin down the wing. Tied up there with Ben Reisnecker. There's a delayed call. It's coming against Saginaw. Now Shi Vung on this puck in behind. He's going to take a flying shoulder there from Jilkin. That's going to bring some attention. Still in this delayed call. Ice Dogs throw it back in front. The save is made by Stepan Shurigan. 11:41 to go in the third. And Saginaw is going to lose their power play. We'll see if they find themselves shorthanded. As Jilkin was already going to the box. I don't believe they saw that elbow from Jilkin on Hao Shi-Vung, which is lucky on the Saginaw side of things. Jilkin comes up with the shoulder and the elbow. He just takes a piece out of Hao Shi-Vung. He's going to be guilty for tripping here. 11:41 left in regulation. That'll, again, negate the final 44 seconds of Saginaw's power play. 4-on-4 again. This comes back in the Spirit end. 11:41 to go in the third. Ice Dogs win the draw. Vong works into the circle, down to the corner as he's forced off that puck by Jensen Geldart. There for Hayden Reed. Off the wall, towards the middle. Shot broken up. Taken away here by James Go. Down the left wing with a lot of speed. James Go drops it off. Hanrahan shoots and he put it off the goalpost. No, he scores! Ryan Hanrahan, a dot. An absolute missile over the glove of Charlie Robertson. 11:20 to go in the third period. And the rookie gets Saginaw on the board. It's 4-1. And that has got to feel fantastic for 88. The drop-off from James Go. That shot was in and out of the net so quickly. Off the near goal post over the glove hand of Robertson and in. That is a missile from Ryan Hanrahan. First goal since October the 24th against Erie, which was his first OHL goal. 15 games without a point for Hanrahan. That's got to be a massive load off the shoulders. There is still more work to be done. 11:03 left in the period, left in regulation. Here, Levi Harper comes up ice now at 4-on-4, tries to lower the shoulder against Ryerson Edgar. Chromiak from the corner. Turn it over. Harmer tries to snap a shot. That one deflected to the wall again. Ryerson Edgar on it here for the Ice Dogs. They've got 1:03 left on this tripping penalty to Dimas Jilkin. They got the puck deep in their own end. Edgar up for Patterson. Into the offensive zone. Patterson, 1 goal already in this game. Taken away by Kluchik, left down by Chromiak on the slap shot clear. Now back towards the middle. Bouncing punt. Chromiak, Patterson, right side. Here's an opportunity for Edgar. That one blocked by Blake Barnes. Off the right side. Chromiak, down to the near side. Patterson, down to the goal line. 30 on the power play here for the Ice Dogs. Jan play at the near goal post. Stays back and behind the net. Chromiak, right point, near side. One-timer Patterson. Shurigan gets across to make the save. Back in front. Another save by Shurigan on the other side as he shuts down the man with the goal pads. Up the near side, the Spirit clear. Josh Glavin is tied up with an Ice Dog back behind the net. They go back and forth. Whoever it is holding on to Josh Glavin's stick. It's Zada. He's trying to skate through the net, which has been knocked off. And now Zada and Glavin are going to keep on going at it. Nobody's gotten any gloves off. Zada takes down Glavin. I believe they were about to send both parties to the box. Glavin was on one side of the net. Zada was on the other. The stick was under the armpit of Zada. Glavin didn't want to let it go. And they continue to go after one another. Zada trying to get as many pops at Josh Glavin as he can. Josh Glavin saying I'm getting punched in the face. He's going to get put in the box too. Glavin is irate right now, yelling at the official, although he's not going back to the bench. Maybe Glavin's saying I got slashed in the face. He makes a baseball swing motion as he's trying to explain his case. I think Glavin says he's saying he got slashed in the face. Zada and Glavin going after it from the penalty box door. Josh Glavin's going to stay on the ice here. Ethan Zada is now going to be sent back down the tunnel. So is Josh Glavin. As they're honking the horn and trying to get the referees back. Looks like Josh Glavin's night is done. Ethan Zada's as well. 47 points, 48 now with an assist tonight on the Patterson goal that just went back down the tunnel for Niagara. So they'll say perhaps whatever is given to those two players just ends up being offsetting. Roughing penalties 2 and a 10, probably. Referee Ryan Harrison comes over. He's got 2 fingers up for Chris Lazary. Now a penalty has come up on the board to Josh Glavin. You expect to see one on the Niagara side of things. There goes Brody Papoy over to the Spirit penalty box. Would be a little bit surprised to see only 1 penalty come out of that. And that looks like that's exactly what's happened here. Saginaw shorthanded, 5 against 3. Hao Shi Vung for Barnes. Out of the box is Jilkin. It was a short 5-on-3, clearly, but still they got Glavin's penalty to work with. And that has got to be frustrating. Here's Barnes down to the corner. Ice Dogs go to work on another power play, the 5th in the game. Now down the right side, Hao Shi Vung pulls around. Top of the right circle, Blake Barnes. Down the right side, down to the goal line. Back up towards the top. Dropped off again, Barnes now in the right circle. On the shot, that one snapped into the glass. And back around. Reed cannot hold things alive. It's going to be stolen here by Hanrahan. Takes the puck from skate to stick. The Ice Dogs surrounded. We'll just fire it back in from center red. Josh Glavin. 2 minutes for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. Just the 10 to Ethan Zada. And so Saginaw still with 1 minute, 3 seconds on Glavin's penalty. Chromiak down the right wing boards. Wheeled back in by Alexander Haig. Chromiak back up high. Patterson, 1 goal already in this game. To the point, Chromiak off the skate of Ryerson Edgar. Intercepted by Barabanov. Gets it back up to Nikita Klepov. His stick gets slashed and he gets sandwiched there by Chromiak and Patterson. But he got the puck back in the Ice Dogs' end. 40 seconds left on the Glavin penalty. Dropped off in behind the Spirit net. Or the Ice Dogs net, rather. Here comes Chromiak, full head of steam. Up the near side for Hall. Back to Chromiak. Forced off there by Blake Barnes. They work in the corner now. 2 Ice Dogs, 2 Spirit players. Now a 3rd Ice Dog. It's Chase Hall. Has it back in behind the Saginaw net. Up to the right point, 18 on the Niagara power play, and it's going to escape past them, and it's going to be a shorthanded chance. Klepov alone against the goaltender, shoots and scores! It's a shorthanded goal, Nikita Klepov. 11 seconds left on the Glavin penalty, and it's a 4-2 game. And you could tell Klepov had been waiting for that one all night long. The OHL's Rookie of the Month, the OHL's leading point getter, give him another one. Nikita Klepov, 35th goal of the season. A phenomenal backhander. Team leading third shorthanded goal of the season. And he sits just 2 goals away from tying Cole Perfetti's Rookie Spirit record of 37. 11 seconds left on the Josh Glavin penalty. The Spirit stick taps on the boards right now. There is belief on the Saginaw bench. They need 2 goals. They've got a little bit less than 8 minutes to get them. They will be without Josh Glavin for the rest of regulation as Robertson gloves this puck down, and Jacob Luce's right there. He'll be moved away from the Niagara goaltender. Another unassisted goal. Klepov, 35th of the season. What an absolute run he's been on. And a massive time for that goal as well. He just had a 4-game scoring streak, or he's on a 4-game scoring streak, I should say. 10 points in those last 4 games. Now it's been extended to 5. 3-time Rookie of the Month, October, February, and March. And this past March, his best month of the season by far. 23 points in 12 games, almost a 2-point-per-game pace for the entire month. Or January to February, I should say. If he gets Rookie of the Month in March, he'd be just the second OHLer to win 4 Rookie of the Month awards in one season. Colts, Andrei Svechnikov, the last man to do it. Now of the Carolina Hurricanes, and this one up through center ice will be taken by Barabano. Into the boards he goes. Jakub Kromiak, watched by Nikita Klepov. This is Liam Spencer, who will clear all the way down the ice. No icing against Niagara. Levi Harper. 7 minutes left in regulation. Saginaw trails Niagara 4-2. With the near side. Spencer angles it back in. Stepan Shurigan out of his net to play it. Riley Patterson pressures Brody Papoy. Spirit go to the air. At center. Noah Reed hit by Carson Harmer. Hayden Reed, yes, down the right side. Into the offensive zone with a lot of speed. Tries to pull up and throw that puck into the blue crease of Shurigan. That puck is knocked away. Taken again by Carson Harmer. A lot of speed here. More speed here for Saginaw on the third than we've seen at any point in this game. Harmer rings one off the bar from long range. Gets it back. Goaltender doesn't know where it is. Robertson makes the save. Harmer tried to bounce it off the backside. And Robertson somehow able to locate it. 2 great chances for Carson Harmer on that shift. And neither one of them is able to find its way home. 6:15 here in the third. Good speed and heavy shots along the wing on the attack for Saginaw. That's what led to the Hanrahan goal. And off the bar from Carson Harmer there. Hanrahan's back out. First goal since October the 24th. Snaps a 15-game point drought as well for Ryan Hanrahan. He got the scoring started here. Unable to keep things alive in an offensive zone faceoff. Ice Dogs will push things back into the Spirit end. Hao Shi Vong. Down the boards. Saginaw's Blake Barnes there. Turns it off the end wall in behind Shurigan where it's picked up by Valeris. Shovels this puck up into the Ice Dogs end. Bodie Stewart, first man to it, no icing. Laid it off the wall. Hao Shi Vong. A bouncing puck. And he will stop and handle and move around for Blake Barnes. It's intercepted though by Saginaw's Bodie Stewart. Niagara's Barnes gets it back. Turned over to Saginaw's Barnes. For Valeris in the mid slot now. Jensen Geldart. Back to his Blake Barnes from the right point into traffic. This shot tipped wide. Valeris to the wall. Bodie Stewart in behind the Niagara net. 5.5 to go. 4-2 Ice Dogs. Blake Barnes comes down to hit Hull. This is flipped back out to center ice. Xander Valeris. As his teammates touch up, it's angled in by Bodie Stewart. Niagara's Barnes back behind his net. Hao Shi Vong intercepted. Good forecheck by Geldart. Throws it in front. Harper from the circle sent high. It was deflected at the last second. James Go punches it back around. Ice Dogs come to it. This is Ray Smith. Now Bodie Stewart up high for Saginaw. Given there to Dima Zilkin. Inside 5 to go. Zilkin wheels down the left wing. Hangs on to the puck. Blake Barnes is on him. The pass goes off the official skate. That'll send the Ice Dogs the other direction. Fire down the right side and back around. Barabanov pressured by Galyanov back in the Spirit end. Klepov can't get after this puck. In the near corner it goes. 2 against 2. 4.5 left in regulation. Ice Dogs just content to keep it along the wall. Now it's taken by Saginaw's Harper. Off the wall. Gets around Chromiak. Zilkin, first man to it behind the Niagara net. Picks up a rolling puck. Zilkin lets it go down for Barabanov. Liam Spencer is there. Spills back out in front of the net. Can't be stolen by Barabanov. Comes to the near corner boards. There's Klepov again for Zilkin. Handcuffed. Trying to get it back to Jones. Ray Smith will steal. Might have a breakaway. Klepov comes back and lifts his stick. Smith is still on it. Klepov takes it away. Here's the shot from Reed. He was the late man coming, and he sent it wide. That's another defensive play that may have saved the day from Nikita Klepov, and this one tossed back in by Barabanov. Line change for Saginaw. The goaltender, Charlie Robertson, dumps this puck off for Grayson Tiller. Reisnecker up the near side in the neutral zone for Noah Reed. Chips it back in. Graydon Jones there for the Spirit. Taken into the boards by Hayden Reed. Up the near side. Taken by Harmer. Up the left wing. Brody Papoy into the offensive zone. Gets a pass through. It was too hot. It rolled past the stick of Kluche. He takes a man into the corner. Carson Harmer there. Saginaw's got the manpower advantage in the near corner of the Ice Dogs end. Carson Harmer looking for Brody Papoy. It's intercepted by Noah Reed. Moved out to Hayden Reed. This is back in behind the Spirit net as they drop it back. Drew Roscoe nearly gets drilled back in behind the Spirit net. Makes the play. Kluche cross ice into the skates of Brody Papoy. 3 minutes left in regulation. Saginaw's got to get 2 here. The goaltender remains in the net for right now. Back behind the Niagara net. This is Hull. Works up the far side. The Klepov line starting to come back out here for Chris Lazary. Hull sends it back in behind Stepan Shurigan's net. James Go forces him off the puck. Levi Harper gets it to the goal scorer, Klepov. Now up the near side for Barabanov. Into the offensive zone. Barabanov between his own legs. Forced off before he can get a shot away. Shurigan to the bench. Extra attacker coming. It's Carson Harmer. Barabanov from the corner. Hits Harmer. Bumps it over to Zilkin in the far circle. Blake Barnes is on him. Zilkin up high now. Near side. Harper to the circle. Klepov, then Levi Harper again. 2:20 left. Saginaw trails by 2. The shot stopped by the goaltender Robertson on a long try from Barabanov, and it comes back to him, and he'll get a glove on that. 2:15 in regulation. Suddenly it's a 2-goal game. 4-2 Niagara. We're back to the Meridian Center in a moment with an extra attacker for Saginaw. Here on your home for Saginaw Spirit Hockey.
At Garber Chevy Chesaning, better means you get it all. Better prices, better selection, and better service. Our factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle in top condition. We have everything your vehicle needs, even tires. Come see us at Garber Chevy Chesaning and see how you can get it all. At the corner of M52 and M57, online at GarberChesaning.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Everybody knows you'll do better at Garber.
Soar with us. Saginaw Spirit Hockey is on 100.5 FM WSGW.
Back inside the Meridian Center, the Spirit have unlocked a level of urgency here in this third period. 2:15 left in it. They're down 4-2. Stepan Shurigan's on the bench. Harmer to take the draw with Kluche, Papoy, Zilkin. They win it back. Barabanov and Klepov out as well. Zilkin's got it. Along the far side boards. Tries to sweep it in front. It was blocked on its way through. Zilkin's got it back. Kluche back below the goal line for Harmer. Wheels it around to Klepov. Has a shorthanded goal in this game for Barabanov. Near side, Klepov again. Wants the shot down low. Goal line. Harmer off bodies. They score! It's Kluche. He breaks through finally. 1:53 to go in the third period. It's a 1-goal contest. Saginaw 4-3 behind Niagara. Jacob Kluche had been robbed at least twice in this game. Great work from Barabanov. It goes off of Carson Harmer in front as they just try to slam it in from the goal line. And Jacob Kluche, who is now 17 goals on the season for the Winnipeg Jets, 7th rounder. That is a massive one. The job not done yet. 1:53 left in regulation. Hao Shi-Vung fires it back in here for Niagara. Barabanov bounces around. Now down the right side. This will be taken here by Ray Smith. Into the near circle. Ice Dogs want to get one back here. Long shot into traffic, goes to the wall. Jilkin back behind the net of Shurigan. Barabanov up for Harmer. There goes Shurigan. Harmer into the offensive zone. Klepov down the right wing. Same sixer out for Chris Lazary. Klepov to the corner. 2 Ice Dogs on him. 1:20 left in regulation. The deficit is 1. 3 Spirit players work in the corner. 2 Ice Dogs trying to keep it there. Lapointe walks out with it. Up high, Barabanov. Over Jilkin. One-timer fought off in front. It hit Chromiak, and he's hurt. Jilkin sweeps it in front. They score! Carson Harmer on the goal line. The Spirit come all the way back to tie the game at 4. And you would have to be here to believe it. With 1 minute and 5 seconds left here in the third period, after surrendering 4 unanswered, the Spirit score 4 unanswered. 2 of them with the goaltender pulled. Carson Harmer loaded up on the weak side goalpost. His 15th goal of the season. And they call a timeout as well. Well, hang on a second. They've put the goal up on the board. All right, second guessing ourselves here. Well, Chris Lazary likely calling a timeout because he wants to keep the same guys on the ice here. Phenomenal work. Dima Jilkin and Igor Barabanov are going to pick up the assists on this goal. The entire top line has picked up points in this game. That is just phenomenal work. Maybe saved it for a little bit later in the hockey game than was comfortable for those who are fans of this red, white, and blue hockey team. But they get the job done. And our friend and broadcast colleague, Mr. Brad Walsh, a little text message of OMG. I believe he echoes the sentiments of Spirit fans everywhere. Tie game, last 60 seconds. This game's not done. It's back in the Spirit end now for Nikita Klepov up the near side. Shoveled off the wall. Spencer gloves it down and fires it back in. Behind Stepan Shurian. This is James Go. Around for Harper. Jilkin. This is Barabanov. On the backhand, on through for Klepov. 35 to go in regulation. Back in front looking for Barabanov. Can't find it. Jilkin out of the corner. Up the wall. Harper keeps it alive. Jilkin gets taken down by Spencer. Maybe a little retribution for that hit on Hao Shi-Vung. 23 to go. Barabanov. Jilkin can't get up. That shot off the outside of the cage from Klepov when it bounces up into the netting. Liam Spencer getting his money's worth against the Spirit captain Jilkin, who's just now getting back up to his skates. He'll give him a little bit of a look, but that's it. 19.3 left in regulation of a tie hockey game. And the Spirit did not get the scoring started until the 9:40 mark, sorry, the 8:40 mark. Ryan Hanrahan, second goal of the season, got this party going. They kick it alive. Harper from the point to keep things going. 12 to go in regulation. Carson Harmer off the wall. Throws it. Looking back door for Brody Papoy and pinballs around. And to the corner where the Ice Dogs will keep it there. The Spirit looked like they wanted to deny the Ice Dogs any points. They won't be able to do that. They have scratched and clawed their way back to earn 1 point at least. We're going to take a break. Overtime is next to see if the Spirit can get that extra point. 4-4. We're back to Niagara for overtime after this.
Independent Bank is proud to be the corporate sponsor of your Saginaw Spirit. We've been banking in Michigan for 160 years and have always put our customers and communities first. We pride ourselves on being a full-service bank, offering an exceptional banking experience for personal, small business, and commercial banking customers, helping them to achieve financial independence. Be a game changer. Be independent. Member FDIC.
From the depths of the ocean to the farthest reaches of space, Corning's technologies push the boundaries of what's possible. We're the world's leading innovator in glass and ceramic science, and we're innovating right here in Michigan. Corning's solar wafer site in Hemlock is helping guarantee American energy security. We're investing in our local Michigan communities. That's why Corning is a proud sponsor of the Saginaw Spirit. Learn more about Corning today at corning.com.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit hockey is WSGW.
Well, quite the exciting contest here from the Meridian Center on this Thursday night. Saginaw Spirit have come back to erase 4-0 deficit. Ryan Hanrahan, Nikita Klepov, Jacob Kluche, and Carson Harmer, those last two with the net empty, have tied the game for Saginaw. 4-4, they go to overtime. The Spirit 2-3 in OT this season. The Niagara Ice Dogs 8 wins in overtime this year. That is tied for the most in the OHL. Carson Harmer, Brody Popoy, and Levi Harper will start out here. Hao Shi-Vung, Riley Patterson, and Hayden Reed will counter for Niagara. Both teams have picked up a point. Saginaw, with all the momentum, want more. Reed tries to go forward off the draw. Handcuffed by Harmer. He goes back to neutral ice. Ice Dogs want to secure that extra point. Patterson shoots into the glass. That'll settle right down in the trapezoid for Levi Harper. Lost the puck as Hayden Reed pressured him. Harper back behind the net. He settles things down again. Up the right side. This is Brody Popoy. Crosses lanes with Harmer. Enters on the near side, and Harmer got overexcited. Offside. Ethan Zada has just been released from the Niagara penalty box. Remember, he had that 10-minute misconduct in this dust-up with Josh Glavin in the third period. Spirit win the neutral zone face-off at 3-on-3 here. 30 seconds gone in overtime. Barabanov lost that puck back in his zone, and that's all right. Nikita Klepov's there for Dima Zhilkin. 3 forwards out. The best 3 for Saginaw. Here comes Zhilkin. Carves into the offensive zone. He's held off by Zada. Ice Dogs hammered there. Ryerson Edgar hit by Zhilkin. Barabanov on the puck for Klepov. Along the near wall. Klepov towards the middle. Drops it off up high for Barabanov. Little head fake. Zhilkin stumbled. He's no longer a passing option. Here comes Barabanov right down Main Street to the net. Backhander and a save made by Robertson. Up at the right point. Zhilkin keeps it alive. A minute and some gone here in overtime. Ryerson Edgar knocks Zhilkin off the puck. Edgar takes over. Move there to Jakub Chromiak. Zhilkin's got to get back to the bench. Chromiak up for Ryerson Edgar. Stepped into by Barabanov. And the puck taken by Klepov. Looking for Jensen Geldark down the right side. It'll hop over his stick. It was deflected, they'll say, so no icing. Robertson out to move this up the wall. Klepov got to hop towards the bench here. He does get off on the change. Ryan Hanrahan for James Go. Hanrahan got the scoring start, and now here's James Go down the wing. Tries to take it towards the net. He's forced in behind the goal. Jensen Geldart waiting to help out for Saginaw. 2 minutes gone in overtime as the puck stays below the Niagara goal line. Pulled out by Hayden Reed. Near side, this is Patterson. Weaving in, tries to get through Ryan Hanrahan. Patterson to the corner. Then up high, Hao Shi-Vung leaves the offensive zone to go back to neutral ice. Hayden Reed comes back with him. They'll wind things up. Vung down the right side, cuts to the middle, looking similar to the goal that he scored. Dances into the circle. A shot stopped by Shurigan. He wanted to move it. They won't let him. Wasn't quick enough. 2:41 here in OT. Kluche, Harmer, and Harper hop the boards for Chris Lazary. Here comes Zada for the Niagara Ice Dogs. Noah Reed hopped, but he'll go back on to the bench. Zada with Patterson and Vaughn. Those two will stay out. Zada to take the face-off against Harmer. Wins it back, though it's off the toe of Hao Shi-Vung. All the way back to the Niagara blue line. Kluche follows him, not behind the net. Kluche peels off. Hao Shi-Vung leaves this puck. It's picked up with a lot of speed by Riley Patterson. Into the offensive zone. Can't get through Harmer. The late man, Zada. Rebound is turned out. Oh, a great save by Shurigan. The rebound almost bounced behind him off a body. Carson Harmer Drops it off for Levi Harper. Patterson attacks him. Harper escapes. Here come the Spirit with speed. Levi Harper down the right side there for Carson Harmer, just trying to get it over to Jacob Kluche. Heroes of this game for Saginaw. They help to tie it up. The cross-ice pass is deflected out to center ice. Levi Harper throws it near side for Carson Harmer. Into the offensive zone with Kluche. He finds Harper. Back to Harmer. The pass miscommunicated. Harmer just able to keep things alive as he chops it off the stick of Ryerson Edgar. 1:45 in overtime. Klepov on now for Saginaw. Harmer and Harper have to stay out. Here comes Hayden Reed with speed into the zone. He gets drilled by Carson Harmer. The puck is picked up by Levi Harper. Back in behind the Spirit net. Carson Harmer, what a third period in overtime he's had. He goes back to the bench. Klepov as Barabanov and Zhilkin hop on. Klepov drops it back up. Barabanov, jersey fluttering with a lot of speed into the zone. Here he comes. Barabanov has it taken away by Barnes, but he steals it right back. Into the corner. Barabanov cannot be kept alive. A bouncing puck at the blue line that has to be chased down by Zhilkin. Back to the top of his own circles. Last minute of overtime. Zhilkin into the right wing corner of the Niagara zone. Doubles back. He will not drop it off. He hangs on instead. Drifting back to the boards. Finding Klepov here. Works his way into the circle. Here's a chance. Klepov right to the net. Can't get a shot away. Ice Dogs wanted a penalty as Barnes got tied up with Barabanov. Ryerson Edgar for Hayden Reed. Then Edgar up the near side again. Off the skate of Dima Zhilkin. Pokes that one away. Jakub Kromiak doubles back in his own end. Here for the Ice Dogs. They get a couple more bodies out. Klepov is the forechecker for the Spirit. Right in through the goal crease of Charlie Robertson, the Niagara goaltender. 23 in overtime. It will be one more chance here for the Ice Dogs. They're not trying to force anything to end OT. Patterson up the near side with speed. Poked away by the Spirit captain. Barabanov got a whack. Zhilkin's still on. These guys have been out for a long time here in OT. 9 seconds left. Zhilkin, one more chance up the left wing. Barabanov with Klepov streaking in. Throws it in front. It was deflected away. And we'll need a shootout. Overtime not enough. 65 minutes of hockey. And the Spirit have survived, the team with the most overtime wins. And for the second time in the season series, Saginaw Spirit, the Niagara Ice Dogs, need a shootout. 5 shootouts this season here for Saginaw. They are 1-4. And one of those losses, of course, coming against Niagara back on September the 26th. The shootout that night, well, it needed 4 rounds. Ryan Robrick, who's not in action tonight for the Ice Dogs, Ethan Zada, Riley Patterson, and Kevin He, who's no longer with the team, traded to Flint. They all scored. Jacob Kluche, Nikita Klepov, and Igor Barabanov all scored for Saginaw. Ryan Hanrahan was the only player unable to score in the shootout, and Niagara took that game. We will see who the shooters are in this game. A shootout sequel. In a game with 2 Blake Barneses, it only makes sense that it's the second time that these 2 teams go to a shootout in their only 2 meetings of the season. Riley Patterson, the first shooter for Niagara, scored in this game. 36 goals in the season. Right-handed shot. Weaves his way almost all the way out to the boards. Now cuts towards the net. Stopped by Stepan Shurigan with the stick and the glove. And good for Shurigan, setting the tone early again. A team that scored all 4 times on him last game. Nikita Klepov. What a month of February it was for him. He gets to be Saginaw's first shooter, and boy, when I tell you he's moving slowly into the face-off circle, not even skating, drifting in on the goaltender Robertson. Poke checked at the last second. Klepov put everybody to sleep except for Charlie Robertson, who had seen that move before, and he timed the poke check perfectly. Ryerson Edgar, also a goal in this game. The rookie, one of the better rookie goal scorers here this season. A right shot to his left, and the middle of the pad saved by Shurigan. Niagara shooters 0 of 2 in this shootout. Igor Barabanov takes Saginaw's second shot. 1 assist in this game. It came on the Kluche goal that made it 4-3. Barabanov Left-handed shooter, wide out to the right, takes the same pass as Klepov, but with more speed, and a glove save by Robertson. Nobody has scored yet. Third shooter for the Ice Dogs. Hayden Reed has had some really good shifts in this game for Niagara. No points, though. Could he score the first goal of the shootout? He's got the most speed. Left shot to the left circle towards the middle. Lost the handle on it. Oh, a fortunate break for Saginaw. And now the captain with his moment to step up. Shootout hero for Saginaw after a hat trick against the Windsor Spitfires back in October. Dimas Yilkin, 33 goals on the season. He's got an assist on the game-tying goal tonight. Can he win it for Saginaw in the shootout? Very slowly. Jilkin against Robertson. Dinks and scores! The Spirit come all the way back, and a shootout winner courtesy of Dimas Yilkin. 5-4 Spirit. A fantastic night for Saginaw that took a long time to get the wheels turning. Trailing 4-0 until the 8:20 mark of the third period. Ryan Hanrahan gets the scoring started. And who else but the Spirit captain to play hero in the shootout. Not the first time he's done that this season. Maybe not the way that Chris Lazary would have drawn it up, but 2 points in the bank for the Saginaw Spirit, their 23rd win of the season. We'll take a break. 3 stars, post-game. Lots to talk about here. Saginaw wins at 5-4. Back to the Meridian Center one more time tonight after this.
Did you know the University of Michigan Flint is the fastest growing public university in the state? How do we do it? Access to top-ranked degree programs and one of the largest alumni networks. Access to small class sizes with renowned U of M professors. And access to the Go Blue free tuition guarantee. Because sometimes in life where you're going depends on where you go. Learn more about our growth at uofmflint.edu.
When you're shopping for insurance, you might say, "What? Huh?"
I'm so over this.
But what you really need to say is something that could actually help.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you get a local State Farm agent, they can help make it easy and help you choose the coverage you need. Plus, they're available online, over the phone, or even in person.
I'm so into this.
Contact State Farm agent Mike Miner to create your personal price plan today.
Your home for Saginaw Spirit hockey is WSGW.
The Spirit go down 4-0. They bring it all the way back. Overtime fails to solve anything, and the captain, Dimas Yilkin, brings it home in the shootout. Let's take a look back at the ending to this one. Brought to you by Raymond, Empower Your Purpose. Heading into the third period, Saginaw had a 3-0 deficit to make up. They put together a good couple chances early on. Nothing really reaches the net, and at 3 minutes, 32 seconds, Ethan Zada picks up the puck on the board, centers to Riley Patterson, and his shot makes it 4-0 Ice Dogs. Some fast back and forth follows, more hits being thrown either way than shots, and the Ice Dogs maintained control throughout. 7 minutes, 2 seconds. Roughing on Grayson Tiller gives Saginaw a little bit of a breather with a power play, but a tripping call on Dimas Yilkin makes it 4-on-4 for just over 40 seconds. 8 minutes, 40 seconds, even strength, 4-on-4. James Go leads his own entry, drops for Ryan Hanrahan along the left side, and he rifles it to the far corner to put Saginaw on the board 4-1.
Down the left wing with a lot of speed. James Go drops it off. Hanrahan shoots and he put it off the goalpost. No, he scores! Ryan Hanrahan, an absolute missile over the glove of Charlie Robertson.
Jensen Geldart, the secondary assist on that one. An Ice Dogs power play ensues. Shurigan shuts down Patterson's stick side, then gets over for another stop to keep it a 3-goal game and kill off that penalty, except a mix-up between Josh Glavin and Zada keeps Saginaw shorthanded, with Glavin picking up the extra 2 minutes. While shorthanded, 12 minutes, 6 seconds, Nikita Klepov breezes through the Ice Dog defense, chasing down a puck, shovels it in to make it 4-2.
to the right point. 18 on the Niagara power play, and it's going to escape past them, and it's going to be a shorthanded chance. Klepov alone against the goaltender. Shoots and scores! It's a shorthanded goal. Nikita Klepov. 11 seconds left on the Glavin penalty, and it's a 4-2 game.
Wind in their sails now. The Spirit kept up the push, looking to get past Robertson, backed by some great saves from Shurigan and some solid back checking, a key component to the end of the third period. Shurigan is pulled with about 2.5 minutes left for some 6-on-5. Klepov passes to Carson Harmer during that 6-on-5 at the near goal post. Harmer's denied, but Jacob Kluche hammers it home to bring it within one.
Wheels it around to Klepov. Has a shorthanded goal in this game for Barabanov. Near side, Klepov again. Wants the shot down low. Goal line. Harmer off bodies. They score! It's Kluche. He breaks through finally.
18 minutes, 7 seconds, the Herman Hissen Company time of the goal on that one. And 48 seconds later, Dima Zhilkin threads the needle with a pass to Harmer on that same post again. This time he cashes in to tie the game at 4.
Point walks out with it up high. Barabanov over Zhilkin. One-timer fought off in front. It hit Chromiak, and he's hurt. Zhilkin sweeps it in front. They score! Carson Harmer on the goal line. The Spirit come all the way back to tie the game at 4.
Igor Barabanov, the secondary assist there, and the game goes to overtime, 4-4. The Spirit controlled for the first couple of minutes, looking for a good opportunity. The Ice Dogs find one of their own, and Shurigan shuts it down. An attempt from Zada off a drop from Patterson. He reads it all the way, sticks out the right pad for our My Michigan Health save of the game.
Into the offensive zone. Can't get through Harmer. The late man Zada. Rebound is turned out. Oh, great save by Shurigan. The rebound almost bounced behind him off a body.
Spirit get back on the offensive, but they can't finish it off, and things go to the shootout. Niagara shoots first with Riley Patterson stopped by Shurigan. Klepov takes his time. He's denied at the doorstep. Ryerson Edgar is shut down by the pads of Shurigan, and Barabanov is saved by Robertson. Hayden Reed moves in quick, but he bobbles it in the third round. And Dima Zhilkin, the final shooter for the Spirit, moves in slowly along the right side. He fakes to the left side, then back to the forehand to win it 5-4.
Dima Zhilkin, 33 goals on the season. He's got an assist on the game-tying goal tonight. Can he win it for Saginaw in the shootout? Very slowly. Zhilkin against Robertson. Dinks and scores! The Spirit come all the way back! And a shootout winner, courtesy of Dima Zhilkin. 5-4 Spirit.
Shots on goal favored the visitors, 25-24 for the Spirit. Saginaw 0 for 4 on the power play, 1 shorthanded. Niagara 1 for 5 on the man advantage with a shorthanded goal as well. Scoring in the third and the rest, Riley Patterson makes it 4-0. Ryan Hanrahan, assisted by Go and Geldart, puts Saginaw on the board. Klepov, his shorthanded goal, makes it 4-2. Kluche, assisted by Harmer and Klepov. Carson Harmer, assisted by Zhilkin and Barabanov to tie things up. And Dima Zhilkin, the game winner in the shootout. Let's take one last look at our out-of-town scores here. Still one game in action. Right now, the Peterborough Petes and the Ottawa 67s. We mentioned that's Nick Sema's 300th OHL game. It's currently scoreless with 2.5 minutes left to play in regulation. The Oshawa Generals emerge victorious over the North Bay Battalion with a third period push, 4-3. And the Brantford Bulldogs, Saginaw's opponent tomorrow night, comes out with a win 5-3 over the hometown Barrie Colts. That's all we've got for you here in the studio. We'll send you back now to the Town Place Suites by Marriott broadcast booth and Dylan Clark for our Applebee's 3 stars of the game.
Thanks, Jonathan. What an absolutely thrilling night here at the Meridian Center. It didn't start out that way for Saginaw, and our third star of the game had a pretty big hand in making that the case. Noah Reed, power play goal, his 10th of the season, would get the scoring started after a scoreless first period that left everybody wondering which direction this game would turn in the second. Reed would get the scoring started with his only goal of the game, his only point of the game, but he was noticeable in quite a few facets of the game. We'll get the scoring started. He's your third star of tonight's contest. Second star, Nikita Klepov. Shorthanded goal, his 35th of the season. He would also pick up an assist in this contest on one of the goals that they have since changed. They've given it on the Jacob Kluche goal. Klepov and Carson Harmer on Kluche's tally that would make it 4-3. Nikita Klepov, your second star of the game. And, of course, the equalizer and an assist as well. Carson Harmer, he's your first star. 15th of the season. Just about 52 seconds after Kluche made it 4-3. There was some real belief. And Carson Harmer, as we've seen him do a handful of times on a handful of 6-on-5 goals, just a couple of weekends ago, they did it twice at home. He just loads up on the weak side goalpost, chokes up on the stick, and just taps it in. And the Spirit tied the game at 4. Happy Gilmore would be quite proud of Carson Harmer, as all Spirit fans are. He's your first star of tonight's game, presented by Applebee's. Honorable mention, the captain, Dima Zhilkin, assist on the equalizer, and, of course, the shootout winner as well. And we'll remind you of a similar game. Saginaw was down to the Windsor Spitfires by a score of 4-1. Dima Zhilkin, Xander Valeris, and Dima Zhilkin 2 more times. He finishes off the hat trick. Liam Greentree would get another one for the Windsor Spitfires, but he would tie the game at 5 on his hat trick goal, send it into overtime, and eventually get the shootout winner to give Saginaw the extra point all the way back on October the 26th, while Dima Zhilkin gets to play hero one more time here for the Spirit tonight. We'll take a look at our applied innovation look ahead. The rest of the road trip for Saginaw, well, looks a lot better when you got 2 points in your pocket going into Brantford. The Bulldogs have lost just 1 game on home ice in regulation this season. They have lost just 5 games total, 2 in overtime, 2 in a shootout from the TD Civic Center. That's where Saginaw's next contest is. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, we'll have pregame for you right here on WSGW at 6:45. They wrap up the road trip Sunday, 4 p.m., 3:45 pregame start against the Erie Otters from Erie Insurance Arena. The Spirit have 3 wins out of 3 against the Otters so far in the season. Series, they'll close that out, hopefully on a high note, this coming Sunday. And then it's back home Saturday, March the 14th against the Flint Firebirds. Lots of good hockey coming your way. Hopefully not the best hockey that we've seen, although we did see some great hockey already tonight. 5-4 in overtime, a shootout win, courtesy of Dima Zhilkin here for the Saginaw Spirit. Their 23rd victory this season, 53 points on the year. They are trying to chase down that 7th spot in the OHL's Western Conference and trying to get just a little bit closer to an X next to their name. That means that they've punched their ticket to the 2026 OHL playoffs. Hasn't happened yet, but nights like this, well, they can't be too far off. 5-4, Saginaw in the shootout. Thanks to Jonathan for all he's done for us back in the studio. My name is Dylan Clark. Good night, Saginaw. We will talk to you tomorrow night in Brantford.
You've been listening to Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW. Spirit Hockey is brought to you in part by Garber Automotive Group, Saginaw Valley State University, Dow, Frankenmuth Insurance, Saginaw Bay Underwriters, NetSource One, Delta College, Corning, Go Great Lakes Bay, Herman Hisson Company, Frankenmuth Convention and Visitors Bureau, DML Property Management, My Michigan Health, Independent Bank, Buffalo Wild Wings, Stormmaster Exteriors, IBEW Local 557, Michigan Sugar Company, Jets Pizza, Raymond, the Great Lakes Loons, Applebee's, Stanley Steamer, your local State Farm agents, and Meyer. All season long, the Spirit play on WSGW 100.5 FM and online WSGW.com. We now return to regular programming on WSGW.